Crossover. Oh, killer crossover.
Just crossover. It just crossed him over nastily.
Another victim to the crossovers. Cross him up and sit him down.
Time for the crossover, powered by Everlow Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlowconcrete.com. Which reporter will be the first to tweet open practice?
They cracked down on that. You gotta.
I don't think you can. Can you not tweet during the practice? Or
No.
you can't.
You have to save in your
wait.
drafts.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait till afterwards. Oh, what's going on here?
Joey was assigned a task. He's completing that task.
Way to go, Joey.
We have a blank map.
So Matt is holding a map of the United States, and what is the claim?
Well, at the end of our show, I made the claim that I could name all 50 states in under 2 minutes on a blank map.
Correctly, or you could just name states.
Yeah.
No, I could name all the states. I can name them all correctly.
All right, good.
Here, I got it.
Go ahead, get your pen out, and you do that, and we'll talk about football or something.
Okay, cool.
But you got to flip it out. Oh, okay.
I got it. No, you guys just talk amongst yourselves.
What are we doing?
He's just gonna write the names of the states on the thing, and he's.
Or do you want me to do this live, where I'm like saying it over the air? I'll just write them down. I'm a quick writer. I can do this.
Okay.
Should we give him his 2 minutes?
Yeah.
2 minutes. On the clock?
I'll be the. Well, we'll both.
All right.
We'll all have the clock running here.
Okay.
2 minutes on the clock.
Now, if I write like abbreviations here, like does that count?
Josh is the
That's
judge.
Good. That's good. That's
Okay.
good.
Josh.
Yeah, I think abbreviations are fine.
Hey.
All right.
Hey, Josh.
Whoa! I've had a stopwatch going for 2,331 hours.
Whoa! 2,000.
hold
That's
on.
wait.
Let's
That's
do
like
the
100
math on
days.
that.
Yeah.
That's like 100 days.
Okay, hold on.
I've had a thing going for
83 days and 8 hours is 2,000 hours.
That is 100
I've had a
days.
stopwatch going for 83 days.
So 83 days would have been during the spring.
I don't know what I stopwatched.
When was 83 days ago?
Was I at pro day or
That
something?
was you did a stopwatch 99 days away from the beginning of Nebraska football.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it now.
I don't think you should. I think you should just keep that rolling.
End of an era.
Hey, it's pretty clear you don't use your stopwatch
I
very
don't
much.
use the stopwatch. I use the timer a lot.
Was that the last time you went on a run? Were you clocking a run?
I don't think so. All
I
right.
should take a screenshot of that.
I stopped it. All right. Good idea.
We're doing a radio show today.
There you go.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
It's not up here anymore. Did you see who's going to be together on the New Heights podcast?
Fascinating. Well, let's
Yeah.
start,
Jason and
let's-
Travis?
Let's start his clock. All right. 3, 2,
Oh,
1.
okay.
3, 2, 1, go. All right. Yeah. Go ahead. Talk amongst
You
yourself.
did you see that? That
Have you
they're going to
heard
be
this?
joined by a special guest.
So Josh
That
is
probably a long time ago you would have never thought that she would make it onto the New Heights podcast.
Real love is being able to promote things together.
Oh,
Use each other for business gains.
Josh. I mean, whether or not they love each other or not may never be known, but they are going to get married.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Damn it! Which one's Mississippi?
There will be. Don't tell them. There will be an engagement soon. That would be my guess.
Some might say already.
Maybe already. Maybe that's happening.
would that
already.
would not probably surprise a lot of people if they were already engaged. What about already being married?
Okay.
Oh,
now we're going
okay.
conspiracy. I like it.
Because if they like a public event, you'd have to have it in secrecy because there'd be so many paparazzi and fans that would want to see it.
Right.
And you would have to tell your friends not to tell anybody. So some of this,
How much time?
You have 50 seconds.
there is stuff leaking out about when she appeared. So this was like right before training camp. So they kept this a secret for a while that she went and recorded this.
Interesting. So I don't know what Josh's bet was. I don't think we'll ever be able to prove that they are in love or not. I just think the only way to really do it is marriage, and that feels like
she swore in front of him
we are
on the trailer they put out.
we are barreling down the path of marriage at this point. We're getting very close.
What does swearing in front of someone mean?
I think you've crossed a boundary.
Okay.
When you're comfortable around your partner to swear.
Is that like going to the bathroom or farting?
I think I'm missing a state. Wait.
5,
Vermont,
4,
Delaware, Massachusetts,
3,
Connecticut, Rhode Island, New
2,
Jersey, PA.
1. Pencils down. Give me the map.
How'd he do?
All right, here we go. Now, you don't seem to know state codes very well, state abbreviations.
Oh, no.
Very well. But
you missed.
You see those two letters next to the city? That's a state.
You missed a major state.
What do you mean? I did not. I did not.
all right, here we
There's
go.
no way.
Let's start in the west.
What's that?
Oh no!
Yeah, he missed
Damn
Florida.
It. Oh, I didn't put
Florida?
Everyone knows I know what Florida is. I just didn't put FLA.
By looking at your
There's
work.
also some unintelligible scribbles in the Northeast.
Well, they're all really small. I can explain. The one that's standing up is Delaware. The one that's standing down is Vermont. Hence the VR and the D.
That's incorrect.
Yeah, no, it is.
No, New
That's-
Hampshire is the state that you're looking for there. Delaware is down here. So that's
Okay.
gonna be bad.
Okay.
That won't get you there.
Is Delaware next to Maryland? Because there's a little tiny
Yes.
thing next to Maryland. I go,
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
That would be Delaware.
That would be the first state.
Damn it!
Yep. So you got that one wrong. You also don't appear to know what Florida is.
I know what Florida is.
You did get the Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia right though. Nice job there.
Good job.
Oh, I had a boo-boo. I wrote North Carolina. I thought Virginia was North Carolina.
Yeah, that really sent you on a bad path.
Yeah,
it
no.
looks like.
But then I erased it. I go, no, that's Virginia. And then I went down. I go North Carolina, South
For bonus
Carolina.
points, did you have DC in there?
No, I did not.
No.
The DMV?
No. The rest of it looks pretty solid though, except for Delaware. You were not close. You missed New Hampshire.
I messed up Delaware and New Hampshire.
Yeah, and I think you wrote Maryland here, but it's really difficult to tell. Really difficult to tell. But
Well, I told you, Maryland's a teapot.
the
Hey,
You know, it's a teapot.
go ahead, tell us.
You also missed a couple of other states.
Alaska and
Hawaii.
Oh,
Yeah.
I-
So
They
Yes.
are, despite what you may have heard yesterday, Alaska is a state.
so we're knocking you for Alaska,
no,
Hawaii.
no way.
Listen,
no way.
we're
You're
knocking
not
you
gonna-
for
you
Alaska.
you didn't even
You're not going to tell me no, because you're going to say Matt got 46 out of 50, and that looks bad. I got 49 out of 50 or
You're
48.
missing Alaska,
Alaska.
Hawaii, Delaware, New Hampshire, and Florida.
You guys suck.
That's
45.
45 out of 50.
That's 90%.
Which I haven't quite. Now
You are knocking
you
me
also-
for not.
now, hang on.
You know that I know what Hawaii, Florida, and Alaska all are. That's 48.
Is that how you
Judges-
talk to your
judges-
professors? I
judges-
knew the answer.
Judges, come on in here.
This is ridiculous.
Missouri and Mississippi have the same.
Oh my
thing
god,
written
that
in.
is so nitpicky.
They're
What's
both miss, but
Do you, when you write like a
MO
letter in an
is
envelope,
Missouri.
do you use the 2-letter abbreviation or do you write out the state?
I use my own like 4-letter abbreviation. I don't do Pennsylvania or PA. I write Penn. You know.
You should have done that. Yeah, you should. You
Well-
got some state codes right, but you missed a lot of them. Like
There. Oh, I got into a roll when I got into the plains, into the Great Plains. I got into a roll of like I knew all of them.
that's good. because they're large.
You should,
KSIA.
What
know that.
what age were we when we learned states?
This was 4th grade.
Yeah.
and
this
then
was 4th
capitals
grade.
were fifth?
Capitals was 6th grade,
Okay.
I don't remember.
and then you took your Constitution test in 8th grade.
I
Huh?
think that says
Doug in
Maine.
Harrison, Idaho said, I called in the other chat that no, he would get Delaware, Maryland, New Hampshire, and Virginia all right. Here's the thing, or Vermont, all correct. I just straight up didn't know what Delaware was.
Do you know what this is?
That's New York. No, that's Long Island.
Correct. It's New York. It's part of New York. Good job. Good
Did
job.
you assign Long Island to a state?
So I think
No.
45 out of
Stop
50
it.
is the
48 out of 50.
final, is the final score here.
48. 48.
You don't get credit for knowing it. Like,
Yeah.
you should know all 50 states. It's getting them
Yeah.
correct
Also,
in 2
like,
minutes.
if I was grading this and I saw that you wrote miss on Missouri, I would say that is incorrect. That is wrong.
It's Missouri.
He thought Mississippi was
now,
Missouri.
if you had written MIZ,
Yeah.
you would have allowed it.
Yeah.
But
Is
oh,
a
we
Z
would've-
in Missouri? When you spell Missouri, is there a Z?
Me,
we would've-
MIZ.
No,
Z-O-U.
no,
Yes.
no, 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 no,
Shout
no,
out
no,
Tom
no, no,
Chattel.
no.
we would have
When-
preferred MO.
No, when
That was acceptable.
MIZ works, is there a Z in Missouri? No, there isn't.
We would have preferred MO.
I got 48 out of 50.
You got 45.
48.
Nice job, Matt. 45 out of 50 states. Matt
48.
knows 45 states. Just kidding.
This is what I do for the show.
You did
I
a
just set
nice
myself
job.
up.
You did a nice
Man,
job.
I haven't been like that since I was in 5th grade. I was under the gun there. That was kind of thrilling. I forgot to look at Alaska or Hawaii.
Yeah, you
How do you
really got to brush up on your state code.
How do you think we do
Wait,
on
no,
How
I
Are You Smarter
don't.
Than
No,
a
I don't.
Fifth
Why do
Grader?
I? Sorry.
Ooh, the 4 of us?
Yeah.
I think we would be okay.
Connor's, anyone a math guy in here? Matt's a math. Okay,
I
math, geography.
I am good at multiplication. Give me
Okay.
any 2 numbers.
Okay.
I'm like
Bang.
Harper. I'm like
All right.
Harper Murray. I'm all around good.
Okay.
Nice. That's good.
She was playing for both teams on Saturday.
Hey, she might be player of the year if her all around game continues to. She wants to be a. Did you see that her latest TikTok?
Yeah, she wants to be a cheerleader.
Yeah, she's pretty good at it.
Yeah, the form's a little off, but you know.
Doug in Harrison, Idaho writes in,
They let you do
Matt
both?
can redeem himself in 8th grade geography this fall. Now, Idaho, that's right there.
Yeah,
You got that one right.
ID too.
ID.
What a beautiful state, by the way. Idaho. I've been to the different parts. Beautiful state.
I'll take your word for it.
Bigelow
Yeah, cool.
writes in,
The big-
McMaster under 50 in 2 minutes plus Nebraska football under 7.5 wins parlay is off to a great start.
Probably got great odds on that.
Yeah, you got
Oh God, you got plus money on that. I think that's like 325.
at least. I mean, that's a nice parlay.
Black Cat goes, yeah, I'm familiar with PEMDAS. Matt at the bar this weekend.
Please excuse my dear
Do
Aunt
you know-
Sally.
Do you know? You know that I know that I have to get rid of the exponents before I multiply. Hi, I'm Matt. Nice to meet you.
Woo.
Nice.
You sweating over there?
Yeah.
Still single?
Oh, very much so.
Hmm.
Like a Pringle.
Hey, so bring up a from Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader question if you can find it.
Oh yeah, that'd be
okay.
great.
Let's see if
I
we
could-
can-
I could
Also,
dominate.
Josh, I'm going to put my camera up here just so
Uh-huh.
people can
I
just so
hate you.
people can
I
see
can't stand you.
the unintelligible scribbles that are on.
What do you
this.
mean? I have good handwriting.
Mm,
At times.
You see,
Looked a little
I'd like to
rushed.
draw people's attention to Missouri, Miss, and then the undocumented Florida, right here,
I just straight up missed it.
and Hawaii. You know, is down here. Alaska.
Where was I going to
over
write
there.
Hawaii? I can't write it in the state.
Right on it, just right over it. Everyone knows it's in the middle of the ocean.
What is the most populated state in the U.S.?
California.
Beautiful.
Now, this is updated on
California.
July 11th of this year. Okay, I thought this would be years and years old.
Does this
Okay.
show with Jeff Foxworthy doesn't host anymore, does he?
No, but he was such a great.
Is it still on?
host.
They rebooted it on Amazon a
Yeah.
few years ago with your
Oh.
boy, Trav.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking about 50 states,
How'd that
50
go?
dates and 50 skates with Travis Kelsey.
That's
Remember
right.
that?
Oh, yeah.
yeah. He said
When
it was
watching
one
a
of the worst
game
things he ever
show,
did.
I need to think that the host knows the answer to the question.
Yeah, that's probably true. Like you never worried about that with Alex Trebek.
No,
Like,
right.
or
He knew
Ken
him.
Jennings. You're like, yeah, they know.
He knew him.
Who
Yeah.
founded the Red Cross?
That's a smarter than a
Can you
5th grader
can you
question.
give me
Yeah.
can you give me the? It's multiple choice, is it not?
Female.
That is correct.
I don't know. Darcy.
Oh,
I want to say O'Connor, but that's not right.
Tarsi.
The initials are CB.
CB
Carol
Buck-
Baskin.
CB Buckner.
That's where I want to go.
Kinda
We need
why
to
I
get
did it.
more. We need to get out of sports.
Now, if there was a
Now,
sports, are
wait
you
a
smarter
minute.
than a 5th
How is a
grader?
5th grader supposed to know that? That seems pretty hard for
I
a
don't-
5th grader.
Yeah, that's got to be an 8th grade question.
Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin. Why do I know that? Because we talked about it every year in grade school.
And you talked about who invented the Red Cross?
Seems a lot like that.
All right.
Clara Barton.
Clara.
Would have known.
Nice
Mhm.
job.
You weren't
Clara.
that far up with Darcy. Darcy and Clara, kind of neighbors in the name department.
Let's see. How many
Kinda
bones are in
second-
the human body?
Ooh,
Oh,
they used to know.
218.
Anyone else want to guess?
No, that's
Maybe
good.
a more accurate guess.
No, I said that really confidently. I have no clue. I think it's 218.
137.
164.
You all have weird bodies. It's 206.
Damn it.
Oh, okay.
I was closest.
Yeah, that's I remember that question in
Mhm.
school. And then you did the song where all the bones were
Knee
connected.
bones
Yeah.
connected.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't get through all 206. of them.
No.
That's a long song.
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona,
Yeah, you should have been
Arkansas,
doing that.
California,
That's why-
Colorado.
My wife always references that song. We never learned that.
You never did 50 Nifty?
We learned the states, but without a song.
Oh,
we did it the
interesting.
old school way.
Wow.
Just here it is.
I'm older than you, and I did the song.
I never knew the song.
We sang that at the 4th grade concert,
we also
which
would have
was
accepted,
my 4th grade concert was 13 years ago.
Whoa.
That's it.
We sang it there.
When I was
brought
in
the
4th
house-
grade, 9/11 happened.
Matt?
What do you think about that?
The Cubs lost 103 games when I was in 4th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, they're 59 and 103.
They will not lose 100 games this year.
No.
I don't
Put
know.
it on the board.
They've clinched it. They
Pretty
will
certain
finish
about
about
that.
8 games behind the Brewers, who will never lose again.
Delaware,
Thank you.
Florida, Georgia, then Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana,
Yes, I hear this from time to time.
Maryland, Massachusetts, then good old Michigan.
Here's my timer. 2 minutes. I gotta stop it. All right, I stopped.
Can we get one more? Are you smarter than an 8th grader question?
Oh, yeah. I can pull it back up.
Yeah, go ahead. I feel like we'd be a pretty good trivia team.
How do you miss Florida?
I didn't. I knew it was Florida. What do you mean? How do I miss Florida?
How am I
knew it was
supposed to
Florida.
trust you? How am I supposed
Because
to?
Is that
I've
what
been
you
to
did
that
in- is that what
state
you did in
so
school?
many times.
Like, oh, I knew what it was. I
Man,
just didn't
you
write
should-
it down.
Dude, hell, you should look at the emails that I used to send college professors. They were great emails. Oh,
I'm sure they appreciated
they
them.
were awesome emails. I mean, I just had teachers who were like, I literally had a teacher who goes, "Yeah, I like you, and you got a future. Here's an A," and I'm like, "Oh, cool.
What?
Yeah." They were just like, "Here's an A." I'm like, "Dope."
I'll admit I got this one wrong on the front end.
He's a
so
former Nebraska broadcaster.
I'll give it to you. What is the capital of Australia?
It's Sydney.
Adelaide.
Connor?
The way you said it feels like it's not Sydney.
That is correct.
Yeah, I'd probably go with Gary.
Let's go Melbourne.
Canberra.
Canberra.
Canberra?
Canberra.
Canberra.
That's where
Is that where Kangaroo Jack's from?
no,
There's a player.
the Nebraska women had somebody from
What-
Canberra.
what-
I think it was Izzy.
No, I think it was it Ruby Porter,
maybe it was Ruby Porter.
or she might have been because Jazz was from Gold Coast, right?
No, that's the
or
one they
was-
have now. Jess Petrie.
Yeah, she's from Gold Coast. Is there another one coming in? We any more?
Another Aussie?
Yeah,
I don't
What
know.
a pipeline.
it is
Hey.
great pipeline.
I'm telling you, sports,
Australia, South Dakota, Nebraska.
Very
women's
similar.
basketball. Yeah,
Yeah.
same thing.
Same weather.
Hey, learning like somebody that's new to the state, the Nebraska football roster helped me learn states or excuse me, towns in
Sure.
Nebraska.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
for sure.
Yeah. Like Broken Bow. I have no idea where Broken Bow is. Okay. Mark Dowse from Broken Bow.
It's not
Like-
as far out there as you would think.
No.
It's right in the middle, basically.
Wahoo, Steve Kramer, who was a defensive back.
You got to know, but if you're from the metro, you know why.
Yeah. But like if you're new here and you start going through the roster, you're like, okay, where is and how to pronounce Beatrice or
Yeah.
God, there's a
Kearney?
Has Nebraska ever had a guy from Cairo? Looks like Cairo, but it's
yes.
Cairo.
I think this has been a discussion before.
there is a file.
Because hasn't Nebraska had two things.
Go ahead.
Hasn't Nebraska had a player from every county?
Oh,
Scholarship or
This is a
walk-on?
great Dave Fight question.
Yeah. And then while we're on it,
Had to have.
do you
right?
guys ever miss the one on your license plate? Or if you're
Yes.
linking the two?
Yes.
I need to identify the.
I need the
people.
supremacy over the rest of the state. It doesn't do enough to just combine Omaha and Lincoln and put the letters and the numbers. I want one. And I want to know who the people are driving around in Omaha who are 29s.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to see you. You know,
Who are 29s?
29s are they
Sarpy
get
County.
yeah.
No, that was 59.
no 29 is
Blair.
You know what? I have the
Is
Nebraska
29
county codes
Washington?
bookmarked.
Yeah.
I do because we've had
Why?
a lot of discussions about this on the crossover before.
Someone needs to take over from
29
Matt
is
Coatney.
Washington, Blair.
Yeah.
Washington County.
But we need our ones back. I know that they did it it's a cost savings
I need my
thing.
ones.
We need our ones back.
I need my ones. Absolutely. 1 dash. Man,
Because Sarpy County was 59. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sarpy County today would not be 59.
I don't no,
wouldn't think so.
No, it'd be like 3. Wouldn't it?
Who would get bumped? Is that Grand Island?
3 is Gage.
Okay.
Gage County, Beatrice.
Never trust a guy.
So
named
coding
Gage.
discontinued in Douglas, Lancaster, and Sarpy as of the 2002 base plate. So 2002. That was the last time we had. That's the last time we had one dash. Man, feels like just yesterday. It was. When I was driving around with the one, and those license plates that looked like they were on fire.
Yeah,
Those were great.
Yes.
Those were
I like those.
so recognizable. So recognizable. Great.
Really
license.
popped.
Yeah.
This is like. No, I'm not gonna say that.
All right. Would you like to guess Nebraska county codes?
No.
Would you like to guess how many there are? Because your idea of consolidating states,
Yeah.
actually in Iowa, where they have 6 more counties, they are talking about consolidating counties.
I think that's a great idea.
Oh, don't they have like 100 though?
99.
99.
But in
We have
Iowa,
what, we have what, 93
in Iowa,
here?
they do a really nice thing. They put the name of the county on the bottom of the
yeah.
license plate.
So there are 107,
So-
93.
93 counties.
So isn't there so in Florida, you have the option of either having your county or the state slogan.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool. I want some options.
I was very proud to be a Lee County. I put Lee right on my license plate.
That's fantastic.
That's what they should do here. Like
I
I
agree.
agree. I like the Iowa thing. Like I was a Polk guy.
Now you just have to do you have to do the work to get to, because there's still people driving around with 80 and 82 and stuff like that. I'm like, where is that?
That's funny.
No, it's like it's like a triggered response. You're like, okay, I gotta
Yeah.
stay away from that car.
You see a 66, then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, the state tournament must be going on.
There's a file buried deep in the offices in Lincoln of one of my first ever sportscasts that I did that goes over the air every 5 o'clock. And the state tournament was going on. So I had to say all of these Nebraska towns.
Oh God.
And I, from Chicago,
I gotta hear this.
transplant.
Rick.
Let's just say that, oh no, this is at KLIN.
Oh,
Is
even
where
better.
this file was at. And went over the air.
We know a guy
and-
who works there.
I got a call. I get a call there, not a call, but I get like a voice memo the next morning from Caleb Henry repeating like 5 or 6 different cities. It was like, hey, this is out. So Ogallala got absolute.
You messed up Ogallala?
That's a lot of A's and L's.
What did you
Ogalla?
say?
Ogalla.
Ogalla.
Beatrice, obviously.
God, but those are big and easy ones.
Cairo was one. Messed up on the Cairo.
Cairo made the state tournament.
I
Cairo.
think they were in
Cairo.
like a whatever. And then there was
How about the home of Jordan Larson?
Ashland.
Incorrect.
Oh, there's no way. There's no way.
Go ahead, Josh.
Are you looking it up?
HOOPER?
HOOP. I
Yeah,
can't.
How do you say that?
Yeah.
Just how does it look?
Hope.
How does it look to you? How would you say that word if you were just saw it?
Say it again. Yeah.
HOOPER.
Hooper.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
It would be Happer,
Hupper.
obviously.
Hupper.
That's a common mistake.
Yeah.
Hey, who was the
Ainsworth. I got wrong too.
Well, that's easy. It just looks how it sounds.
Ainsworth?
It just looks how
Oh,
it
we
is.
have to commandeer this.
how did you
broadcast.
pronounce Ainsworth?
My Chicago accent shined through, and I went with like Ainsworth or whatever.
Ainsworth.
Yeah.
Who was trying to mention Beatrice but incorrectly? They're talking about Cam Jurgens.
Yeah.
Was it the Super Bowl?
It was on a football, an NFL broadcast. Yeah.
Somebody was giving love
think
to
it was-
Beatrice and
Oh.
Beat Rice.
There was one more.
Beatrice.
Beatrice.
I did.
that's right.
I did mess up, and I did this multiple
Well, remember when
times.
they had Jordy Ball on after the World Series when
Yes.
she was at Oklahoma, and I think it was Holly Rose. She said like Papillon
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like
Really Frenched it up.
Norfolk.
Well,
Norfolk.
That's
Yeah.
I fight with that. I think actually the fine people in Papillion should change the pronunciation to that.
Papillon.
It seems more French Riviera.
It's very easy to find. If
French
someone went
Riviera.
back and there was a
Papillon?
Master folder in the and
I
there's
would
the-
like to hear
there
it.
was the sports cast. It would have been in 2022, very early on, of just me. So old lady called into the radio station the next day and complained about me and about how and I actually didn't get like chastised, but I was told
You
don't
messed
do
up.
that. Yeah, don't do that again.
Well,
Gotta
you
be
know,
better.
you need to hear it.
Yeah.
You need to
I
hear
had
it.
no clue.
You
Nobody
walk
told
in
me.
with all the confidence in the world, and all of a sudden these names of towns just serve you
Well,
up.
you know, I have a hot take. Maybe just say them correctly. You know,
No,
Whoa.
no state does that. No
I
state
know.
does that.
I know.
I hope when you meet somebody, you don't go, oh, so you go to Papillon La Vista High School.
No.
A papillon.
Papillon. Hey,
How do you, wait. Why did he think
we have
that?
Rotella's bread in Papillon.
Why did somebody say, "Oh yeah, this city in Nebraska that's totally French, totally
You never
has
know.
a Spaniard twist to it"?
You never know.
what-
We could have had French people invade and settle in Nebraska. We have Germans for Russia that settled in Lincoln.
People still to this day, I mean, Kearney is one of the 4 major towns in the state, and nobody gets it. Nobody gets it right.
Yeah,
Kearney
was never a problem.
That's good.
But I knew it wasn't a problem because Heinrich Harburg played for Kearney, so I knew that it was Kearney.
He went to Kearney Catholic.
Matt Surrey once told me, former meteorologist at 7, who's now in the Twin Cities,
Yeah.
that Bill Ranby sat him down his first week, and they went through every city in their coverage area
Attaboy
and every county. So
You
that
probably
he
got to do
wouldn't
that
mess
if you're
up.
covering high school football too.
Yes,
Although the guys, the people in Omaha don't really get out.
Yeah,
that much.
but if you're reading scores from all over, yeah. So he said, yeah, Bill Ranby the first week sat me down, and they said, to people in Nebraska, it's Norfolk.
I'm going to go to the NSAA website. I'm going to look at the state basketball bracket from last year in like Class D2, and I'm going to just see what we got.
But everybody's got like 3 schools.
Good bit.
Yeah, how's that sound? What class should I go? C2 or D2?
Go to D2. Is House Dodge in there?
D2 boys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, boys.
All right, here we go. Well, let me go to the all state.
My
bracket.
computer took a crap on itself.
Sumner, Miller, Eddie.
The Class D2 state tournament was the 1 seed St. Mary's last year. They played 8 seed Silver Lake. Archangels Catholic was the 4. They played Stewart, the 5. Wausa
Careful.
is the 2 against Fullerton is the 7. Why not? And Elgin Pope John. So that's not crazy. Nothing too crazy. Dundee County Stratton is always one that's in there. They're Class D1. Bancroft Rosalie. Let's see.
When did they stop putting the city name?
Yeah.
Like-
now they
like-
just call them like
Like,
Saint
okay, so I
Francis or
think
whatever.
when Newman, which
Wahoo Newman.
well, which I used to always call Wahoo Newman, and they've corrected. They go,
Yeah.
no, it's Bishop Newman.
Bishop Newman.
They just leave it as Bishop Newman. They don't include Wahoo.
Same thing with Archbishop Bergen, right? I
Yeah.
used to call it Fremont Bergen.
Yeah.
And now it's Archbishop Bergen.
COVID.
Yeah. So let's just call it COVID for sure.
We just made it simple on everything.
Yeah, if you want to rebrand, now's the time.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in there. Wow, Papio South won the state championship last year. People forget.
Bryson Ball.
Yeah. Papillon.
This is the year of the balls.
Papillon.
Bryson Ball won the state championship for
Oh.
Coach Heiser for Papio South. Great person. And then, of course, his sister. And then his sister just got married.
Husker Country says it's Wausau.
Yes.
Wausau, not Wausa. See, there you go.
Could be confused with a town in Wisconsin.
You learn
There's a
something new every
Wausau,
day.
Wisconsin.
Wausau County. Wausau is a great little
Now,
town.
I would
Wisconsin.
think doing either in the Twin Cities or Milwaukee, doing weather where you're rattling off, especially during
But those
severe
are-
weather.
but those are-
from
man,
Menominee Falls, we go out to Wauwatosa.
I mean, I don't know. No, I mean, Wisconsin is. They pronounce it though correctly, like
I don't
how you
think so.
pronounce it. Oshkosh looks like Oshkosh.
Yeah, but
Kenosha.
that's not one that anybody would have a
Waukesha,
problem with. Everyone looks at Oshkosh and says
Watoma.
Oshkosh.
It's totally Fond du Lac. It looks like Fond du Lac, but it's Fond du Lac.
I
No,
always said Fond du Lac.
no, it's Fond du Lac.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Eau
what
Claire.
makes you say
See,
that
Eau-
that's correct?
Eau Claire. Eau Claire's tough. You know, like it's EAU Claire. Like that's a rough one.
Well, okay. How about the community that's right next to Green Bay? I think
Door
it's actually
County?
the county that
Door County.
well,
No.
Door County, but
Milwaukee. It's Algonquin for the good land.
so is it? It's De Pere, right?
It is De Pere.
Yeah.
Good call.
So that's the town that's right next to Green Bay.
And then you have Washington Island, which is past that. But then there's what's the P? There's a bunch of P's too, like
Platteville,
no, Pawnee or
Pewaukee.
Manitowoc,
No,
Well,
say,
and then you mix in.
say that again.
Manitowoc.
Yeah, that's a town.
Manitowoc is the
Manitowoc.
right. Yeah. That was correct.
All right, we just keep it simple here.
That's right.
Bellevue,
It's a lot easier here.
Plattsmouth.
Wisconsin. I don't know what's going on up
You
there.
got the Dells. That's not hard to pronounce. The
No.
water park capital of the world.
It's not.
Man, you gotta.
Madison.
Are you excited when you become a travel baseball or travel softball dad, and you get to go to all these tournaments, and then you go to a tournament at the Wisconsin Dells? How fun is that going to be?
I don't want to
stay
go
at
to
the-
any amusement parks.
You stay at the Wolf River Lodge. Oh man, it's going to be the time of your life.
I don't want to go to any amusement parks.
Hey,
They
anymore.
got a great
We just
deal
kind
at
of
the
breezed
tavern.
over. Are we going to play sports?
I don't know. I have no idea.
How's the coordination?
It's hard to. It's very
Yeah.
difficult to tell at 1 year old. It turns
Is there
out.
an interest?
I mean, they knew at me at one. They
I
looked
mean,
at
like
they
I
looked
toss
at me.
her a ball and she tosses it back.
Okay.
you know?
Okay, it's a start.
Yeah,
They
he
looked
kind of
at-
gets it.
They looked at me at 1 year old and they go, "Yeah, that guy's going to play 2 years of varsity hockey." They knew right away. They're like, "Yeah, that guy's going to be incredibly average."
Yeah, if I had to guess, probably incredibly average. You know?
Maybe should have waited a couple days and worked on those final few states.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You could have got yourself a great job.
I have a great job.
You could have been working like for Google Maps.
I'm just saying, yeah, you could have been like,
I could have been.
You could have been working at AAA, giving out map advice.
We're gonna Google sounds like something.
When people call AAA and they're like, "Hey, can you put together a trip planner for me?" You'd be like, "Oh, where do you want to go?"
I have a buddy who works at Amazon, and he just tells me about all the stuff that he has to do, and it sounds terrible. And then he goes, "Yeah, I'm taking a vacation to Spain," and I'm like, "Oh, wow, good for you."
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Let's have some fun pronunciations. You get used to those.
I don't Ibiza.
I don't think that's in Spain. Is it?
Pretty sure it is.
I
I
don't know.
thought it is.
Where is Ibiza?
I don't think
Poll
it-
Or
question.
people are saying Ibiza now, I believe.
No, I took a pill in Ibiza.
Yeah, but I think he got it.
Like post-
Would it shock you that he got that wrong in that song?
It is a Spanish island located in the western Mediterranean Sea off the eastern coast of the Iberian Peninsula.
The
Okay, so-
Iberian Ibiza.
So we don't have to do this on air because we would embarrass ourselves.
Yeah.
World capitals, dear God.
No, but this is when. So when Nebraska was recruiting more on a regular basis in New Orleans, and Chris brings this up, and Chris lives in Baton Rouge. He says, "Try pronouncing the Louisiana parishes."
Oh yeah, I see this. Yeah, Nacogdoches.
You know how long I'd be on the phone with Michael Severe?
We'd get a call. We'd get a call. For
I mean, that's why I'm like, guys, like a guy named Reggie Cooper. You're just from Slidell. That's easy to pronounce.
Let
And
me
then
tell you what.
Then
man.
when you get a player that is from where the Saints have their camp or their facility, Medier, is it Medier, Louisiana, which is a suburb of New Orleans?
Medier, Louisiana, man, some great talent coming out of Medier, Louisiana.
Famous story, Jack Pierce story. Him and T.O. went to recruit in New Orleans, and T.O. they got to get a rental car. T.O. wanted a station wagon. Jack Pierce said, "We're in the hood. We got to have a caddy."
nice.
And that's how they recruited in New Orleans when Jack Pierce and T.O. were together.
Yeah, Jack knew what he was doing for sure.
How great. Like, you guys may have seen the clip. So Brent Musburger was on with our buddy Dari on his show in Norman, and they were talking about what Barry Switzer would be like today if he was coaching.
Oh wow.
Can you imagine Jack Pierce
Oh yeah.
being the recruiting coordinator nowadays?
I think you'd do pretty well. I think you'd do pretty well, to be honest with you. All right, you guys have a great day. Brush up on those state codes.
I'm fine.
Oh,
I am getting my Nebraska state license though.
congratulations!
Thank you.
All right.
Took me 9 months.
Are you gonna join us with the plates?
Yeah, I got to figure that out.
He will. Yes.
Yeah, I
You-
will.
You will be having to do that.
I will.
It will cost some money.
I'm aware.
You will have some sticker shock.
Shout out to Wheel Tax.
Not if you live in Papillon.
That's Crossover powered by Everlevel Concrete Repair in Omaha at everlevelconcrete.com. It is Tuesday. We'll start things off next.
That's the crossover. The Connor Happer Show is next on 1620 The Zone.
A warm and muggy Tuesday ahead. Expect clouds in the morning, then more afternoon sunshine. Can't rule out a stray shower or thunder shower, though most stay dry. Highs in the mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Sean Everson from KETV Newswatch 7.
Good morning, Doctor.
Doctor?
Hi, Doctor. Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the
How many
patience
more
to
do
sift
we
through
need?
hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job.
It's the Connor Happer Show. Are we sure we want to do this?
Could you, make an announcement that we're ready?
It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620, The Zone.
All right, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. It's the Connor Happer Show here on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Connor Happer, Josh Hodson with you. Happy Chunkies Day to those who celebrate. Yeah, we should have reminded people before we left the show yesterday, but we're doing the Chunkies today. So everybody get ready, settle in, get your popcorn, get your drinks, get your cocktails, sit down, and at noon today, the Chunkies are coming up. As a public service announcement, do not Twitter search Chunkies.
Oh,
Do not, Josh. I see you going to your. I'm not kidding you. Don't do it.
okay.
Especially on that work computer.
Okay.
Do not do it. Because I was trying to look at some previous editions of the Chunkies that we had done, and see what the chatter was about, and see what people's favorite things
what they liked,
were.
what they didn't like.
Right. Didn't yield any results there. Only yielded others.
Yeah, what kind of results?
I don't want to say.
Okay.
I don't want to say what I saw. I once again, I'm not kidding. You just don't want to do that.
I'm going to take your word for it because you seem adamant.
I am. And I know there's people listening to this who are like, all right, well, I'm going to go there right now. Don't do it. I'm just saying.
All right.
Don't do it. Today on the show, Allan Bell will join coming up at 11:30. We'll ask him about some more NFL teams. MLB reaction, overreaction will still happen. We'll talk about the Brewers and things of that nature. And the Chunkies are coming up at noon. That's the lineup, powered by the referees at John Higgins Weather Guard. We'd like to hear from you all today, 402-951-1620 on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Call or text that number. Tweet at Happer Show, at Connor Happer on the JTech Construction Zone Twitter feed. Email Connor or Josh Show at 1620thezone.com on the Equitable Bank Zone inbox. And we say good morning to the YouTube streamers today. YouTube streamers. We're good on Twitch, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I figured out what I did or didn't do.
Net 1620thezone.com, zonetv.live. It's all up there for you. It's moving. There are some pictures and videos coming out from Nebraska's football practice today. Mike Eckler will be talking in about an hour. Wow. Maybe some specialists maybe we'll get to hear from Archie Wilson.
I don't know that that's how he would pronounce it.
I do. I went to huskers.com and did the verbal pronunciation guide, the audio pronunciation.
Is that what his
guide.
accent sounds like?
Archie Wilson. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little, I mean, is that not Australian? Is that not an Australian accent?
Doesn't sound like it. It sounds East Coast, I-95.
Oh, really? It'd be like Archie. Or no. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting them confused. No, but I'm doing an impression of what I heard. Archie.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting me in this situation,
Yeah.
Josh. I appreciate it. So if you want to see pictures from practice, would you like to see a picture? Just head to our many esteemed local media's Twitter accounts. They have them for you. I see people have obviously searched the Chunkies, and are getting a variety of different things, not the things that I saw, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was because I did like at Happer show Chunky. I don't know. They show you whatever they show you on that thing. Sometimes the searches don't make any sense, but text from 402 writes in, what's the big deal? Chunky search just gets a bunch of cookies and candy bars. And then Kenneth says, all I'm seeing are pictures of really fat cats. So that was not what I got.
Were you looking at top or latest?
I think probably top.
Okay.
I don't know. I just had to click off of it very fast. Just had to click off of it very fast. Chris writes in on the Equitable Bank inbox.
Hi, Chris.
It feels like the kind of thing where your computer/phone would just start to liquefy from the filth and viruses the moment you click enter on that search. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. So yeah. But the Chunkies are coming up today. I looked for a long time ago. One of the giveaways at a Nebraska women's basketball game was a bow tie, and I was looking for that this morning. I just know that I spent like 20 minutes looking for this bow tie this morning, and I could not come up with it. Otherwise, I would have been wearing a Husker bow tie today. But
that's what he does for you, the audience.
I apologize for not dressing too impressed today, but this is the laid back and relaxed award show, which will be coming up again at noon. Many, many, many new categories today. I'm very excited to debut some great new awards.
It's the biggest Chunkies ever.
It is. I just think every year we get big. So is this our fourth Chunkies?
It is our fourth.
Holy smokes.
I just looked this up. I thought it was the third, but I found evidence to the contrary.
I suppose I am about to complete my fourth year here.
When I searched Chunkies on Twitter.
Yeah. So I was trying to go back to the original Chunkies and just see how, how bare bones they were. And then I got some bad stuff on a search, and then I quit. I quit that search immediately. Elsewhere today on the show, I want to play another clip from Matt Rule that he had on Saturday. Taylor Swift will be going on a podcast soon, or she's already gone on a podcast, and it will be available to the public for consumption soon. Single digit alert. Got a couple of them yesterday. Only a few left. Who's getting those single digits?
Tick tock, tick tock.
A college football story that involved something that I could have sworn was fake. I laughed and I laughed and I laughed at the John Mateer Venmo screenshots, but they're real, I guess. I don't know what's going on out there. I just thought it was a bunch of Texas fans who made up the idea that John Mateer gave some money to his friends for, quote, sports gambling back in 2022. So I was like, oh, that's a funny, Raz. Good job. Good job, Texas fans. I guess they're real.
Kids are stupid.
I suppose they are. I'm not talking about Blue Bloods. Is Nebraska scheduling to get into the postseason? Nebraska volleyball budget national champions and overrated clap, 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 clap. That's courtesy of our friend Brett McMurphy at Now on 3.
On 3.
That's right. All right, so we're off and running. Thank you for being with us. We're just a little over an hour away from the Chunkies, and we're just a little over 2 weeks away from kickoff of game number 1 in Kansas City. Thanks for being with us on a Tuesday on 1620 The Zone. Got a text from Josh Odson last night at it was early. It was 5:03 p.m. and it was the thumbnail of the New Heights podcast, and you said, Josh, am I going to be made a fool of on New Heights on Wednesday? And then it's a screenshot of the thumbnail, which had what we now know to be Taylor Swift blanked out, and you were sleuthing like all the Swifties were. They were like, that's got to be her. That's her. That's 100% her. I saw people like, cross internet searching pictures of Taylor Swift to find that exact picture.
They found it,
and they found
rather quickly,
as they do. And I said, do you think he's going to propose to her? and then I speculated, because I thought that it would be pretty funny if it wasn't her. If they were teasing a big podcast guest and they blanked
Kylie.
out. Yeah, and it was just Kylie again, just like dropping in there, a special crossover edition of whatever Kylie's podcast is and this podcast.
Or like, I'm sure there's a very, I don't know this to be like a person who does drag that like, looks like Taylor Swift.
Could have been.
They had him on.
Could have been anybody. But it was indeed revealed to be Taylor Swift, dropped in a teaser video yesterday where the first couple of America, they were on camera together and they looked lovingly at each other. And Travis gave Taylor an "oh honey" or something like that, whatever it was. And she's going to go on a podcast. But in the teaser trailer to the podcast, she announced that she's doing a new album.
Incredible.
I mean, so I don't know what the record is. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the record is. What's the most listened to single episode of a podcast ever? But
great question. I'm waiting on Awful Announcing to do the research.
We are going to be pushing that in a hurry. I don't know how many times that tweet or Instagram, if you combine it all, is probably seen I don't know, 50 million times or something like that, maybe more. But are you excited as a Swiftie, Josh, for Taylor Swift to go on the New Heights podcast with Travis and Jason Kelsey?
Absolutely. It's been over 1,000 days since her last interview.
Okay, really? Wow.
She's going to speak for, I don't know how long this episode of New Heights is, but most podcasts are at least an hour nowadays. So, like, yeah, just have her in a more casual setting. It's not like, hey, she's being interviewed by this music magazine. Here's what you can talk about. Here's where you can go. Here's where you can't go. These are the questions we'd like you to ask her. Like, it's more natural, right? We don't get that a lot with her.
So the Swifties are excited about seeing some personality, And what are these two like together?
Yeah.
In a setting. That's what I'm curious about. I expect it to be a pretty fun listen. Will I listen? We'll see. If I'm compelled to. But I would like some insight of the two of them. Why the heck not? I see people, immediately. My timeline is filled with all sports and stuff like that. People are just like, my God.
Oh my God, who could be excited about that?
Have we not seen enough from this lady already? And I'm like, yeah, I get it. She's everywhere, but she's kind of like the most famous person on earth, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
She's kind of the most famous person on earth. So it is a big deal to go on to. I'm still adjusting to the world where significant like cultural events happen on podcasts.
It's very weird.
That back in the day, that used to be on television with Barbara Walters.
Yeah.
But now it's on a podcast over Zoom with Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey.
It used to be
who are two football players.
Back in the day, the podcast would be with Bruce Willis's daughter hawking a book, and Taylor Swift would be on television. Now it's the inverse.
Yeah, it's very odd. So I'm still adjusting to that world. But people are very, very excited about this. Apparently, this is tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night.
Yes. It's not like a normal podcast that drops it in the morning.
So our recap show is going to be Thursday. You'll listen to this right away, won't you?
I probably will. Yeah. Probably Thursday morning. I'll dive into it. I find myself not trying to read about it. Like what's the point of listening to it if every word gets regurgitated beforehand?
I'm looking at were you able to find anything on the top 15 are the top most listened to podcasts of all the time.
So somebody said
it's got to be like a Rogan pod, right?
Probably.
But this is going to kill that, won't it?
I would assume so. Obama was on Simmons. That was one that kept coming up.
Okay.
When I did some searches, and oddly enough,
come on, tell me,
Cat Williams on Club Shay Shay.
Oh my God,
where he just started saying anything about everybody.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, okay. I got a text here. Cat Williams on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp has 90 million YouTube views.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing that's the YouTube record.
Mm-hmm.
This person said. Whoa. I mean, it's gonna blow all that stuff out of the water. The question is, like what Chris writes in on the on Twitter right now, what are the odds that Travis Kelce proposes during the podcast episode? You want to talk about a cultural movement? Yeah, that would happen. That would be quick. I'd say low.
Yeah,
I'd say low, but boy, would that be something.
Does Taylor Swift strike you as a
let's get engaged on a podcast lady? Like, no, she strikes me as a bit of a romantic.
Let's go to the state. I'll put your name on the stadium.
No, not quite.
Video board.
No, no. I'm thinking romantic getaway. You're gonna have to kind of schmooze me a little bit. There better be flower petals involved. Mm-hmm. And a long walk to somewhere, probably shoeless. You know, if there's not water at this proposal, then it's a no. It's probably just out. So it does bring up the age-old question. Josh, of course, is a hater of love and hates this relationship and thinks it's fake.
Feels fraudulent.
But you're going to listen to that podcast and you're going to say, damn, I kind of buy this. I love it.
I mean, he clearly loves her.
He clearly loves her.
He clearly does.
Well, she's staying with him, and that's usually what happens.
Well, it's good for her career.
What? Wait, so have you become a cynic of Taylor Swift? I thought you were originally like a Taylor Swift guy. I thought you believe in her and all of her things.
Still a huge Taylor Swift guy.
But you're saying she's only staying with him because it's good for her career? I mean, that seems a little
something
preposterous.
Better comes along.
That seems a little preposterous, Josh.
I mean, she wrote this entire album about him.
It's about him?
I don't know. Presumably.
I don't know.
Right?
It could be just about anything. I don't know what she's thinking about these days.
We'll get to find out.
We'll get to find out in the podcast and in the album, which I'm excited for.
Which you definitely know the name of.
TS12.
That's what the internet's calling it until we have a title, which we do. The Life of a Showgirl.
The Life of a Showgirl?
Yeah. Which is going to do.
She's not a showgirl.
She is not. I own the movie Showgirls. She is not a showgirl.
Not a showgirl. That's different.
Yeah.
Okay. Exciting. Have we seen like a track list and things like that? The internet have they figured that one out?
The internet is trying to figure out who produced the album.
Oh, is that significant?
I don't know. It's probably Jack Antonoff. It's always Jack Antonoff.
But don't they have like a rocky relationship or something like that?
Oh, do they?
I don't know. Jeff writes in.
Hi, Jeff.
My wife is a Swiftie and told me about this. I told her I don't care. Well, guess what, Jeff? It's going to be unavoidable. It will take over your life. I'm sorry. You will be hearing about it on many, many shows.
You just got to get to the weekend, and then we'll probably all be over it.
Correct. But there's still 2 days. That's 2 whole days of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty excited.
It's their week. Let them have the week.
All right. What a week for Kansas City. Last week, Zach Bryan was like, I'm never going to play in Kansas City.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What a weird.
Kansas City did not take that well, by the way. 2 controversial figures in our world, Kansas City and Zach Bryan.
Hey, I hate that girl, that chicken girl I used to date, and bleep you, Kansas City.
He's an Eagles guy.
Yeah.
So
huge rivalry.
Yeah. I guess he just hates Kansas City, which is weird.
I'm also
when the Royals are sitting over there like, hey, man, what did we ever do to you?
Jerry Jones on the phone. Hey, you want to play Cowboy Stadium? Yeah, sure. Why not? Idiot.
Not Kansas City, though.
Way to pick your battles, you moron.
All right. We're back after this. That's it for the Taylor Swift talk today, probably.
Unless something happens during the show.
Which it won't. Back after this on 1620 The Zone.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Here comes the clown.
I saw a video of Archie Wilson throwing a ball. Whoa. Nothing about Archie Wilson kicking a ball, nor which leg he kicked it with, but he threw the ball to his catch partner.
Oh, at like open practice this morning?
Yeah, there was a media viewing of practice, and that's when the media goes in and they take like individual shots for. It basically just stands as B-roll for the rest of the season. Like, hey, we're going to do a feature on Vincent Shavers. So we'll put some Vincent Shavers like running around in the background of this while I tell this story. But right now, it is the B-roll is the story.
The B-roll is the A-roll.
Here's Vincent Shavers, and he's running around. Look at him. He looks great going into his sophomore year. He looks excellent. Nebraska awarded some single-digit numbers yesterday. You care about that, Josh? Seems like you're the type of guy that does. Oh, you love it.
A little. I'd like the font to be bigger next time they release a graphic like that.
Okay, but you figured it out, right?
Yeah.
What an interesting complaint.
I zoomed in.
All right, but you got to zoom in on a lot of stuff. We're old, Josh.
Well, that's true.
So Riley Van Poppel will take number 5, which is a kind of a badass number for a defensive lineman, if I do say so myself. I like that. And Dane Key immediately earns a single-digit number and goes to number 6. He was practicing number 18 before. And Rule mentioned in his little walk and talk video with Dane Key yesterday that he received the most votes. He was the best.
Oh,
number 1 as voted on by his team. So he got to pick his own single-digit number, as long as it wasn't a single-digit number that was already occupado, which are 1 Vincent Shavers, and which, by the way, we got to get some clarity on the Vincent Shavers situation. So he took 1 last year after, like, Jamari Butler like had 1, and then he went back to 10, and then Vincent Shavers like, I'll take 1. But did he actually like did a vote occur? I don't know. Is he one of the guys this year? I don't know. But he's wearing number 1 at practice. So Vincent Shavers is the occupier of number 1. Marcus Buford back at number 3. Malcolm Hartzog at number 7. Deshaun Singleton at number 8. So, and then we have 5 and 6 accounted for at this point. So we're looking for 2, 4, and 9. 2, 4, and
9er.
2, 4, and 9. Now, the question about the single-digit numbers, in my opinion, because there will be topics on this.
Oh,
what will happen if and when young Dylon is elected one of the single-digit number carriers?
He will opt not to wear one. Right?
That would be my guess. But can you do that without taking a whole bunch of crap from everyone?
Or does the team not vote you a single-digit guy because they know that
no,
hey, it's gonna be awkward for him, guys? Let's just pick someone else.
Well, remember, I think it was Rule's first year. Ethan Piper was voted a single-digit guy, and he's number 50, whatever. He's an offensive lineman. He can't be a single-digit number.
Yeah.
So they made him like an honorary single-digit number guy, and it worked out that way. You could do that with Dylan, but remember, Dylan can wear a single-digit number. He is a quarterback. Have you forgotten?
But the brand.
This is going to be a topic. I'm just preparing you now. This will be a topic. Oh, yeah, and by the way, 0 as well as GBR Stand Up 04 writes in.
Thank you, GBR Stand Up 04.
Number 0 is an option. Like, do you think Dylan Raiola would drop into the single-digit number category, leave behind his beloved Tim Tebow, number 15?
No.
Remember, it's for Tim Tebow, not Patrick Mahomes. And change the brand and take the honor that is bestowed upon him by his teammates and all of a sudden wear number, 1 or 4 next year, this coming year. I can't see it. I can only see Dylan Raiola in my head as number 15.
Yeah. He ain't changed.
It's a great number.
Oh, very good.
Will you be mad at him / will you have a take about it when he does not accept, or if and when he does not accept, if and when he wins the vote, and then if and when he does not accept the honor that is bestowed upon him, thus continuing to wear number 15?
I will be mad at people who are mad at it. As if
you'll be mad interesting.
As if the number on your clothing mattered at all.
Well, I mean, but if you're voted by your teammates, it is viewed as a big honor, right? It's almost like being a captain.
Sure. That's essentially what this is,
right?
What
are you going to say when your team votes you as a captain? No. You can't. You have to.
I'm going to lead by showing you how much money you can make if you have a consistent brand.
I don't think that would be a good tact for him. I don't think that would be I don't think he should go up to the press conference and say that.
Okay. Mitchell says Rule has made the comment that he does not like quarterbacks having a single digit.
Okay.
Interesting.
And a couple people mentioning that Tebow wore 5 in high school and Mahomes was 5 at Texas Tech.
Oh no.
But 5 is already accounted for.
Yeah.
So clearly, the voting is done, right? There's no rounds of this. The voting is done. So they're just kind of leaking them out one by one here. I'm just saying this is going to be a conversation. There will be topics.
Man, this is
unless,
damn it.
I guess unless he accepts. Do you accept this mission? Here is your mission. Should you accept it? Unless he says, okay, sure. I'll go be number 4 or 2 or 1 or something like that. 9, even though it's hard to see in our head, if he takes it, everyone's like, nice. Way to go, Dylan.
I didn't think you'd take it.
Yeah. I didn't think you'd do that. But people are just waiting for him to not do it at this point. Now, this is, of course, assuming that he is one of the people who was voted as a single-digit number wearer for this year. So get ready. There will be more conversation about this in the upcoming days. But congratulations to Riley Van Poppel and Dane Key, wearers of numbers 5 and 6 this year. Jeff writes in on the text line, I've never been a fan of the single-digit thing, just elect team captains for the whole season. I'll tell you what. It does get a little bit confusing logistically. I will say that, because, if you're elected one year, you just get to keep it for the remainder of your career. Okay. What if you don't want to wear it? Now, what if you have a number that is really special to you? And it's, 48 or so. I don't know whose special number would be 48, but if it's 24 or something like that, or 23, because I love Michael Jordan and it's really special to me. I want to keep wearing number 23 for the rest of my life. And you
really love Torrey Hunter.
You are elected. Nice. Good number 48 drop, Josh.
Thank you.
Give me another. You got anything else?
Jacob deGrom, apparently.
Whoa. Are you looking at a page right now?
I am.
Okay. I was going to say, how'd you pull these?
Dave Stewart.
Good.
Eric Gagne.
Yeah. I mostly knew him as 56, right? Or 38. I think he was a 38.
Big Panda.
From how I remember him. Pablo Sandoval?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Now we're talking. All right. But I'm just saying, it brings in a variety of different logistical issues. Another text here, or a tweet, I'm sorry, from Brandon. Dylan should absolutely change the numbers. There are tons of number 15 jerseys out there in honor of him. And if there's a jersey number change, there will be a boom to buy the new jersey number.
Oh,
interesting. He's thinking about the bottom line of the athletic department if he changes.
So you keep saying this is going to be a topic. This is going to be a topic.
I believe it will be a topic.
I think it's also going to be a topic if we don't hear about this situation because he didn't get voted as a single-digit guy.
Yeah. Yes.
You'd like your quarterback to be essentially voted captain, yes?
I think so. Weirdly, I feel like it's less of a topic.
I agree.
But yeah. Let's take a phone call. Yes, that's right. Let's take a phone call on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone hotline. Here's Walter. Hey, Walter.
Hey, guys. Good show again, as always. I appreciate you letting me get on.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, you know what? I don't think it really matters. He can wear a captain's letter with number 15. I think there's already enough pressure, on him. Let him be him. And then let him go out and play and produce and just make it happen. How many of those single-digit number guys last year, a couple of them that got them, and they didn't produce? The number's not going to do anything extra for you. It is a complimentary as far as team camaraderie, identifying you as a great leader. But a great leader is not going to be defined by a single-digit number. What if Rocco Spindler gets a single-digit, and what number is he going to wear? Number, 5? And everybody else is going to have 67 and double-digit numbers on the offensive line? I get it, but at the same time, man, let Dylan be Dylan. I think everybody puts enough pressure on this guy as it is, from the weight loss needed to be done as a freshman just let him play and be him. And if he wants 15 or if he wants number 50, give the guy whatever he wants and just put the captain's jersey on it. To me, it's nothing really to talk about other than the fact sometimes Husker fans get worked up about anything. I don't know. That's just my feeling.
Okay. I thank you, Walter. I appreciate that. That's a good precursor. He's cool with it. Maybe most people will be cool with it, and we'll hear from a few angry folks. Walter. Sorry. I had to dive into a little Mike Ehrman trout there.
I respect it.
Also, no, Dylan is not going to be wearing number 50. And Rocco Spindler is not going to be wearing any different number than what he's wearing right now, which I believe is 50. Because offensive linemen can't wear single-digit numbers. It's physically not allowed. You cannot do it. So like I said, Ethan Piper had 57 a couple years ago, but they elected him a single-digit number guy, and they were like, well, you can't do it. So congratulations. We love you. But you're going to have to remain number 57. And then he mentioned the production of some of the previous single-digit number wearers. You tell me. I mean, these are pretty productive guys. So last year was Hutmaker was 0, Shavers was 1, Isaac Gifford was 2, Marquise Buford was 3, Jamal Banks was 4, John Bullock was 5, Tommy Hill was 6, Malcolm Hartzog was 7, Deshaun Singleton was 8, Ty Robinson was 9. I mean, that's a lot of production right there. Those are some pretty good players. Now, there's a standard that you're supposed to live up to as well, and maybe that's not the case all the time, and there's injuries or whatever it might be. But I would say generally that's a really a productive group of dudes. And then in 23, Rule's first year, Hutmaker was 0, Billy Kemp was 1, Gifford had 2, Nick Henrich had 3, Luke Reimer had 4, John Bullock had 5. And remember at the time that was like, whoa, John Bullock? Where did this guy come from? Quentin Newsom was 6. Jeff Sims was 7. So there is some precedent for a quarterback having a single-digit jersey number.
Also, bad judge of talent.
The team. But it's not supposed to be about talent, Josh. It's supposed to be about,
leadership.
Dude. How good of a dude are you? Deshaun Singleton, 8. Ty Robinson, 9. Gosh, there's a couple people who are going to... So Deshaun Singleton will go into his 3rd year of having a single-digit number, and he's the all-time leader in that category, from what it looks like. All right. Well, what'd the caller say there, Josh? Anything?
Would caller, I think maybe tongue-in-cheek, said, wouldn't it be the ultimate sign of a leader to not take the single-digit and allow someone else to have it?
Maybe there's a video about that. Maybe there's a walk and talk Matt Rule video.
Okay, that kind of makes sense.
If you're gonna predict how this is gonna go with Dylan, let's flash over to the team meeting where the single digit jersey numbers are awarded. Dylan Raiola, you are one of them. Congratulations. Which number would you like? And he would say, no, thank you. I'd like it to go to a special teams or maybe somebody who can't play this year or something like that. Who's it going to be?
I got it. Guys, I really appreciate the honor. Really, really touching. Really,
got to give it to Roman Mangini.
Just, I got such a strong family unit that supports me, and they taught me to pay it forward, and I'm going to pay it forward here with you today. Archie came to this country with nothing in his pockets. He gave up his family life, and I want to support him like our Husker family would by giving him whatever number's left in the pile.
Starbucks gift card. And number 4.
Archie, this is Starbucks.
Starbucks?
You got those there?
What are you talking about? We have those.
Exactly.
I know. You speak a different language and all of this.
So weird. You put Vegemite and everything.
The whole thing ends up being like not racist, but like, country, whatever.
Insensitive, cultural appropriation.
Culturally insensitive.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So there's some potential options that we have. Hockey Dad writes in,
Hi, Hockey Dad.
I don't care what number he wears. It's irrelevant. Throw touchdowns.
What a great take.
I like it. Before we take a break here and get to Allan Bell,
AB, who's been playing Mario today.
I get the sense, really? Well, we got to check in on this.
Yeah.
I get the sense that people are, we talked about the punter for probably a little bit too long yesterday, and people were like, geez, we got to get a football game going. We got to stop with the Kool-Aid. Whatever rule says doesn't matter anymore. Let's put that to the test again. This is back from Saturday again. Does this matter to you? I think before we play the clip, I want to say that vibes matter to me. I am known for denoting bad vibes teams in the NFL. You got a bunch of injuries
with impressive accuracy.
You topped out maybe a year ago or something like that, but is the train rolling downhill, and what are the vibes like in preseason camp? Here's Matt Rule on a little bit of the vibes of this team right now.
There's a lot of old players getting mad. This is probably the most fun I've had with a team in a long time. And that's no shot at anybody else. That's just, this team is filled with guys. Like, literally, Dylan was chasing me off the field, like almost cussing at me because I wouldn't let them have any more plays. I said, you get 40 plays today? They got to 41. He wanted 6 more plays. Emmett was mad because he only got however many reps. He wanted more reps. That's just the most fun. But I think it starts from guys like Javen. Javen's never going to be rah-rah, da-da-da-da. But, man, he's going to walk around that locker room on mornings where you have to get here early with that beaming smile and that joy and not taking things for granted. And that's the biggest difference from last year's team to this year's team. Last year's team was a lot of times like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing? Well, my friend at so-and-so says we don't have to do this. And now I want the guys being like, hey, we do more than everybody else, and we're proud of it. Like, we're proud of what we do. So Javen and all the guys, I think this has been a fun camp. We'll see how this tape goes. Might not be fun tonight as we watch the practice tape, but that's part of the journey.
He's never going to be a rah-rah, da-da-da-da. He's never going to be a rah-rah, da-da-da.
First, 4 or 5 sentences in that video did not get finished.
I like it. He's a fast talking New Yorker.
He is.
That's his thing.
I reached an epiphany during that video.
Oh, Nebraska's going 10-2?
I don't know about that.
Oh,
but
okay. What was your epiphany?
The off season's been, very, very boring, quote unquote. Not much has happened in the off season. Would that be because it's been the most normal off season in quite some time? Like normal in that this is the way it happens at every other big time university.
Yeah, I think there was some consternation early about what they were going to be able, for me, what they were going to be able to get done in the transfer portal. And I think they answered a lot of those questions. Maybe they didn't get like the top tackle they wanted, but they got a couple, they feel like they have a hit in a couple receivers. They are adding that to a little bit of what they already had. Like, I'm just thinking from a roster standpoint. But yeah, I mean, there hasn't been any trouble. There hasn't been any weird crap, trying to get out of games and stuff like that. But I think it's probably kind of been that way. Last year, there was the super duper wild card of what's Dylan going to be, and it was all about that. So this year, it's even further tamped down as far as I guess, just kind of energy for that. Although people are excited, but it's not as much like, ooh, what's going to happen?
Last year it was 5-star. We got a 5-star. What's a 5-star? Right. 5-star freshman.
Right. Yeah. The conversations are about football. But I thought it was interesting that he's not one to be like, hey, this team is definitely better than this other team at this. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's anything. If you lose games, then all the fun that you had in the preseason camp and all the goodwill all the work that you put in, then it doesn't look like anything. But maybe it's something that we come back to during the year. This group wanted to do the extra stuff, and they did the extra stuff, and their leadership is defined by the idea that we love it here and we want to be exactly what we are, and we're holding up that standard. And then he mentioned Javen Wright, who is a really, really good bet, by the way, for a single digit, one of those single digit numbers, I would imagine. But him being the kind of, sort of heartbeat of what they're doing, just as a quiet, stoic leader, and then painting the picture of Dylan Raiola chasing Matt Rule down. Hey, bleep you! We want 6 more plays.
Give me 6.
You
Give me
bleep,
6,
you
coach!
mother bleeper! We want 6 more, or I'll kill you. I think that's probably how that went.
I'm gonna take a crap in your pellet grill.
I'm not coming over to your house to play Mario Kart. I swear to God. Not nothing. It's not nothing. I'm not chugging the Kool-Aid on it, but it's not nothing to me. If there's one thing that I'm pretty sure about is that I think they've figured out the quote unquote culture piece. I think there is, I think there's a floor for what they're doing, and it's higher than it's been in the past. They've from a football functional perspective, they've filled it with some more depth and some better players, and that part is great. But they've also, it seems like the guys that are, I don't know, I feel like I'm going back to the Riley era now, at the beginning of the Riley era. Like, it feels like the guys who are bought in seriously outweighs, the group that's not. And that's what has to happen on a team in order for you to move in the right direction. It kind of has to be everybody, or at least they have to severely outweigh the other side. There can't be anybody like, yeah, gosh, are we really doing this today? What's the deal? Because then all of a sudden that spreads. People talk. It's a big football team,
My buddy at Ohio State said they don't do this, coach.
Yeah, that's not relevant to the situation, or at least Matt Rule doesn't want it to be relevant, and he doesn't think it is, as far as this team is concerned. So that's not nothing. I think it's a good vibe right now with Nebraska football. All right, coming up a little bit later, don't forget the Chunkies are coming up at noon.
Big day.
I cannot wait for the Chunkies.
The red carpet special will be while you're talking now.
Yeah. Oh, good. Who's joining us today?
Well, you never know.
ScarJo?
If she's available. We did send an invite.
Or do we just get a bunch of famous chunksters?
Horatio Sands is out front.
Hey, he kind of lost some weight, didn't he?
A lot lot of our chunks are dead.
Hey, how much does Jesse Plemons weigh now? Is he big or is he not?
His head is huge.
Okay, but is his body? Because his body was getting big, and then I think it got small again.
Generally, the head stays
Okay,
big. Yeah.
okay. I don't want to be too offensive here. Probably be careful. But like, what's Mark Mangino up to? Where's Charlie Weiss?
These are the people we need at the Chunkies.
That's right. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be back. Allan Bell will join us on the other side. Oh, I do want to remind you of something. You may have just seen this on Twitter, folks.
Me? I've seen nothing.
You may have seen this just now at 1620 The Zone on Twitter. Come hang out with us. I want to party with you at the Blur tailgate at Arrowhead Stadium on August 28th. We're giving away 2 tickets to the tailgate right now on our website at 1620thezone.com. We'll be there broadcasting, talking about football. Join us and try and distract us the entire show. It could be fun. We're giving away a pair of Blur party passes, and all you got to do is head to our website to win 2 of them and enter online at 1620thezone.com.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Allan Bell, the AB3, on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
All right, playing a little phone tag here with Allan Bell, who will track down in a second. Oh, wait. That might be it. So I was looking at AB's Twitter, as I usually do, and get ready for the interview here. It appears that there has been a dusting off of the Super Nintendo, or I guess this is the NES, right? Isn't the one that came with Duck Hunter? And Super Mario was rolling as of about 20 minutes ago. As Allan Bell joins us now on the Prairie Flower Casino Zone Hotline. AB, good morning to you.
Good morning, buddy. Yeah, I decided to become a 7-year-old all over again and get a Nintendo.
So
I'm with it, dude.
I used to, like, once a year. This is probably a tradition that is long gone now, because I don't even know where my N64 is anymore. But once a year, I would try to get all 120 stars on Mario 64. And like in the first couple of years, I was like in college, and I would try to do it like drunkenly. But then I found it to be really difficult. So I'd have to use Wikipedia or the guidebook and stuff like that. And then, you kind of get good at it after a while. It's fun every time. What a great throwback.
It is, dude. I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm super excited. And I got one of those Nintendo classics that has like 35 games, Oh, dude, it's the best, man. Like, Nintendo, like, I had to buy it pre-owned. Like, Nintendo doesn't even make them anymore, but it's such a good deal. It's like $100 for like 35 games, dude. It's great.
So it's not the original actual, like, it's just a rebuff of the actual
Correct.
NES.
Yep. It's basically a main system. Like, if you're familiar with like video games or like Billy Mitchell, that movie and all that.
Yeah.
It's essentially a main system that has 30 games preloaded on it. Yeah. So you got all the Marios, like Excite Bike, Tecmo Bowl, Zelda. Like, dude, it's great, man. It's actually a deal.
I wonder, everybody's mind goes to this, but like, I wonder how much money I could have got out of because I had that original Nintendo. It probably, and they refurbish them and they do everything, to them now. I don't know where that went. It's gone. It was such a big part of my life, and then it was just gone one day, and I never thought about it.
Yeah, if you can find it, dude, I'm telling you, it's not easy to buy Nintendo stuff out there, like the old school classics. Dude, you got money if you find it, man. I promise.
I would get taken for a ride on the market, though, because I would have no idea what to. I would have absolutely no basis point for what to sell it as.
Are you telling me that you can't trust your local pawn shop? Come on.
Yeah, I'd go up. I'd put it on like Facebook Marketplace, and somebody would be like, "Hey, I'll give you $85 for it." I'd be like, "Sweet! I just found it in my closet, and it's worth like $450 or something like that."
Here's a random question: is the band 311 from near you guys?
Yeah, they're from Omaha. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I randomly read that last night, and let me tell you, don't know these guys, but I met them once, or like, I don't know if it was the whole band or whatever. Dude, the nicest human being I've ever met.
Shocking, right? As somebody from Nebraska, you found them to be extremely pleasant.
Yeah, it's nice and kind. Like, dude, these guys were like, it was some, I don't know what it's, some charity thing in Nashville. I don't know, but they were like, them and Rascal Flatts are the nicest human beings literally on planet Earth.
It's that's one of our things. That's like, Josh, what are our Omaha calling cards? It is, the home of the College World Series, and Nebraska is Nebraska football, and then Omaha has like 311, and that's kind of it's like fourth on the list of things that are definable about Omaha.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
That's a good one, though. Hey, I'm telling you, man, it's stuck with me forever. And I read that, and I was like, dude, I'm going to talk to these guys tomorrow. And I've got to ask that. So I'm glad that I remembered. Like, they were super kind. Yeah, you're right, man. Like Omaha nice, dude.
Yeah, they that's the way we roll. Just spreading the kindness all around the country.
Yep.
So preseason continues to drudge on here. I have noticed, and I'm not going to ask for your medical opinion on this, but I have noticed there has been quite the rash of significant injuries, not necessarily to significant players, but kind of those heart-stopping sort of moments. And to the case of the Lions Falcons game, really, really bad. Just it's really difficult, it seems, to thread the needle in between playing football, how serious it is, and then when guys get hurt. It proves to be a difficulty, it's seemingly every year.
It's impossible. You're exactly right. Like, football is just one of those sports that it's either 100 or nothing, right? Like, baseball, you can go out and just mess around, have an all-star game, whatever, and everybody's fine. Hey, let's try to hit some bombs, right? Football, you can't do it. And, I mean, obviously, we all hate to see injuries to anyone at any time. That's understood. But, the NFL is they're going to slowly do away with the preseason.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that, right? And I don't know what that looks like. But here's the other thing, though, too, is that you need it, man, because, look, offense, like, Patrick Mahomes could take the Chiefs offense all summer to his house, to an island, whatever, and they can practice all summer by themselves. Don't need a team, just 7 guys. Well, defense, you need people to practice again, right? Like, you can't just line up and just run, run, stop, drill, right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. There's so much timing and rhythm that goes into it. And then I would say, if they do go away with preseason, which I don't know if I would be in favor of or not, it would really end up hurting young guys, especially like undrafted guys or guys who are just coming into the league. Like, they don't get any opportunities. Like Shedeur Sanders, as a 5th round draft pick, he goes out and he plays pretty well. If he doesn't have a preseason, then what do they do with him? They just, it's a question that would be really difficult to answer without a preseason.
Dude, it would be impossible. And then, like, think about this too. You just brought up another good point. All right, so the young guys try to make a team. So let's just say you have, each team's going to cut 45 people, right, from your original roster down to, the 46 or whatever, right? Just say on average 45 people. Dude, that's 1,440 people that are going to be cut. You know what I'm saying? Across 32 teams, like, that's a lot of people. Now, that's normal every year, but like you said, when you're playing, if you're trying to make, 4th string, 3rd string wide receiver for the Chiefs, well, you might have a great preseason and not make the Chiefs, but you've got 31 other teams watching your film, right? Like, you're auditioning for the entire league, and you take away preseason, that takes that away. You're right.
That's where you would probably need the feeder league. You need one of those spring leagues to just become a competitive, preseason league, basically.
The NFL needs that. Like, I mean, college football is kind of that, but it's not, because you play at the same time. Like, you need something in the spring. You're exactly right. Like, that would actually work. And the only reason the NFL doesn't do it is because they don't want to pay insurance. I'm serious about that.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. No doubt about it. Allan Bell is with us. You can find him at Allan G. Bell on Twitter and Driving the Line. He's got to show up every single day getting ready for the NFL season. So we've been going through these teams over the last couple of weeks here, and I'm looking at just the to make the playoff odds. So there's your obvious, Bills, Ravens, Eagles, Chiefs. I mean, they're all pretty heavy favorites to make the playoffs. Then you get down to some teams that people think are going to win divisions. The Lions, the Bucks are a team that's favored to get to the playoffs. The Rams, Houston in their division. Cincinnati is minus odds to get. There's a few more in there. Green Bay and Denver. Who is a team out of that group? Doesn't have to be one of them we just mentioned, but who's a team who, because there's a couple every year, who shifts out of, we made the playoffs last year and we're not going this year, and then there's a couple that go the other way as well. Which is a team that you're not projecting to live up to the expectations this year?
Man, that's a great question. You know what, dude? I kind of worry about the Ravens a little bit, even though I shouldn't. Yeah, look, man, they're a really good football team. I'm not saying that they aren't. But, man, they just live by the margin so much, man. Like, it's so difficult with this team. And they're one of the best regular season teams out there. And I don't think that's going to change. But just based off of, odds, like just looking from a betting perspective, you might find better options elsewhere, at least, in the AFC. Now, if you talk about the NFC, man. Now, okay, so if you're looking to replace them, right? Like the Denver Broncos are a great option.
Yeah.
The Los Angeles Chargers, I don't know what their odds are, but I mean, I think the Chargers are going to be a phenomenal football team this year, as I do the Broncos, right? On the NFC side, the Green Bay Packers to make the playoffs is a pretty good bet, right? Like you're going to have a lot
minus
of Lions
120.
coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not bad, man. The Falcons are another team in the NFC South. Now you mentioned the Bucs are the best team in that division, and I agree with that. And they've got great coaching and all that. But the Falcons are going to be a better football team, and the NFC as a whole is loaded. But that little NFC South wormhole, like the Falcons are going to be a better team than people think.
I agree.
No,
I agree. I think everybody should. Well, New Orleans is going to be absolute ass, but Carolina should be better too. So I was going to ask you about that division as well, because Tampa Bay seems like the default, and that's a great organization. But I think you're right. I think Atlanta's better, and I think Carolina's better. I don't know how much of it makes a difference of how much the Panthers are better, but if the Saints are by far the worst team and they lose to everybody twice in that division, then all of a sudden you got some good records at the top.
Yep, you're exactly right. And I look at the AFC South, similar. I mean, the Texans are a good football team, but it's not like they're perfect. There's just no one else in this division. Like, the Titans will be better, but they're still going to not be good.
Right.
The Jaguars, yeah, right. You know what I mean? The Jaguars, I don't trust them at all. I don't want anything to do with that. And then the Colts, they're going to try their tailgates off. I don't know how good they're going to be at the quarterback position, but Jonathan Taylor's going to run it 47 times a game. But yeah, man, like I look at both Souths, like they're the two weakest divisions, and for a reason.
The Ravens are sort of an interesting, like, it's a value. Like,
they're
I don't
so
know.
Good, but yeah,
I don't know if their floor is missing the playoffs, but you could make a case for it. The division is good, and I don't know if you're one Lamar Jackson injury away from a complete disaster, right? As we've seen before.
That's it.
Go ahead.
And I didn't mean to interrupt you, but and I'm not even counting on, like, I'm not banking that off of an injury. Like, we're not going to do that. But like, that's what I'm saying about living on the margins. Like, if anything happens in Baltimore, I'm worried about it.
Plus 410 to miss the playoffs right now, which is the second best, the second highest out of anyone behind Buffalo.
Yeah.
To miss the playoffs at this moment.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
It's not bad. It's just maybe a sprinkle if you're going for
you need some luck. Yeah, like this you're going to need some things to happen, but the odds on that are solid.
Yeah, if you're going for a long shot in that category. And then I wanted to get this is an all-encompassing question. So right now in baseball, I've enjoyed taking in all the content from the Yankees and the Mets both being disasters at the moment. Now the Mets might still end up making the playoffs, but right now it's bad. And then we find near the bottom of the odds board here of teams to make the playoffs, we find the Jets and the Giants. New York sports and their baseball and football not exactly going well, which is content gold for sports radio folks like us in the big city.
Oh yeah, absolutely right. And you know what? And the longer that this goes, dude, the more angry that they're going to be. And I don't know who's going to be more angry about it, because Mets fans are tired of it. And Yankees, like the Yankees, dude. The Yankees are the Ravens of Major League Baseball. They're well coached. They've got stars. They've been there. But I just worry, man. Like, I just worry about them because that pressure mounts, dude, and it gets loud. Big time.
Yeah. All right. Another week of preseason games, and we're just a couple of weeks away from football. Maybe we'll talk some college football next week, as we'll be, just a little over a week away from Nebraska's first game opening up on a Thursday night against Cincinnati.
That's going to be a fun game. I can't wait to talk about that. No doubt, man. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, AB, appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, see you, bro.
Allan Bell. You can find him at Allan G. Bell on Twitter. And Driving the Line is out with his picks every day. And you can find it on YouTube. Or just go to the Twitter and it'll take you to the YouTube.
And Mario.
And screenshots of playing video games in his basement, which is pretty sweet. All right, we'll take a break. Josh has the odd news on the other side on 1620 The Zone.
Upon further review, the host's last statement was deemed to be somewhat comical. Somewhat. The Connor Happer Show returns in minutes on 1620. The Zone.
You're always better with a roof from JR.
We've all seen them. As soon as the big storm comes through, the storm.
And now we've reached the point in the show where Josh Odson reads the peculiar, the bizarre, the comical, the odd news with Odd Son. Odd news, Odd Son. See what we did there? The odd news with Oddson.
All right, the Red Carpet Show is wrapping up, and people are starting to make their way inside of the theater. The Chunkies are coming up in just a few minutes. If you're new here, the Chunkies are one of the only award shows that exists, to my knowledge, that only has 3 possible recipients of the many awards.
Not a lot of nominees to keep track of.
And I can tell you with a little inside knowledge that each of our recipients, each of our 3 possible recipients, will be going home with multiple pieces of hardware.
That's incredible.
Coming
Everyone
up.
gets a trophy.
Everybody gets a trophy, but the trophies definitely weren't specifically made for them.
Okay. We're not just handing them out at the end of the night.
No.
They've been earned.
We will get to that here in just about 10 minutes.
Is there a host? Is there a monologue?
There is a host. Conan should be here in just a couple minutes.
Okay.
But first, the odd news.
I don't know I just think this is an odd story. Okay, it's not like the usual kind of story we do.
That's
but,
cool. Do whatever you want, Josh.
Trying it on. Hawaii. You're familiar? It's one of the states.
Yes.
Yes. Home football games will be televised in Hawaii, free and live for the first time ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Yikes.
During the 2025 season, Hawaii football games will be more accessible than ever to people in the state. Hawaii AD Matt Elliott discussed the change in a video shared by the football team. Stated for the first time, the Rainbow Warriors home games will be available to watch live on regular ass TV.
Wow.
I can say that now because a lot of children in Millard have gone back to school.
Yeah, the kids are going back to school. Time to say ass again.
That's right. For decades, UH football home games weren't nationally televised. They could only be seen on pay-per-view or a delayed basis, but not this season. I'm proud to announce for the first time ever, all of our home football games this season will be televised live. So maybe take that pay-per-view money and buy tickets to one of our games. Okay, buddy. Okay.
Enough of that. So local TV.
Yeah.
Way to go. Way to go, Hawaii. Like, finally, it's about time.
I read that headline and I said, oh, okay, that's interesting. I didn't think much of it. And then I just every like 10 minutes, it kept popping back into my head. Like, Nebraska games are so accessible.
Well, they're all on national TV.
That's right.
It's great.
Yeah.
And most of them this year are on like network TV. Not that matters anymore, really. But
what is a network?
Nobody knows. You know, remember those 4 channels they used to be able to get that you could get via the antenna? That's what most of the games are on. But once again, it doesn't matter anymore. I wish it did. It's cool to say.
Yeah.
Hey, we're on network TV. We're over the air, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's real life. But no, it doesn't actually matter. Maybe Hawaii should take a page out of the Savannah Bananas book and be on YouTube. Free. Do they care about their fans, or are they just in it for the greed?
Oh, interesting. Wow. I like you calling out.
I love the Savannah Bananas. And they
famously.
They should be just like them.
Mm-hmm. Serial Guinness World Record breaker David Rush is back at it. He's teamed up with fellow YouTuber Josh Horton and his crew to eat baked beans with toothpicks.
Oh,
what a noble endeavor.
All right, cool.
Rush Horton and 2 members of Horton's crew took on the record for most baked beans eaten with a toothpick in 3 minutes by a team of 4.
Did you see the guy smash the walnuts?
No.
It was crazy.
There's a walnut smashing world record?
Yeah, check it out. Google it, Josh.
Okay.
It's a guy who he's got hundreds of walnuts just laid out on a table, and he has to individually smash them. It was a crazy video. I couldn't imagine smashing walnuts that repetitively
with a hammer, like
with a hand,
with
a fist.
Okay, that's part of the challenge, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, these baked bean eaters, the number to beat was 429. The 4 of them combined to eat 559 baked beans with a toothpick.
In how long?
3 minutes.
Holy smokes. That's a lot of bean picking.
Yeah. The main guy, he ate 211 of those beans, breaking his own record for the most baked beans eaten with a toothpick in 3 minutes by an individual.
No kidding.
So big day for
what a record.
People who don't talk to women.
I'm sure that record stood for a very long time and existed before.
Yeah, it's definitely a real thing that people covet. Constantly plotting. How do we beat this? How do we beat this? Finally, we go to Nebraska. Oh, I didn't know that when I pulled the story. Okay. Madison County, Nebraska. Connor, what number?
Oh, let me pull my tabs back up here from the county codes. Madison County is 7.
Oh, okay. Traffic stop in Madison County turned into a bizarre arrest after deputies found a nude driver hauling stolen motorcycles and drugs, believe it or not. The arrest took place Sunday night on Highway 81.
Highway 81 in Madison.
About 1 a.m. is when this all took place. There was a pickup truck. It was hauling 2 motorcycles. When deputies approached the vehicle, They found the pickup's driver, later identified as a 40-year-old Iowa resident, completely nude, using a pair of pants to cover himself.
Iowan comes to Nebraska naked and smuggling drugs. Shocked.
According to deputies, when we'll call this guy Kip, was asked, "Hey, why are you naked?" He said,
"I like it.
I'm hot and allergic to my own sweat."
Okay.
He told deputies that his driver's
Oh, that would help you, I guess.
Yeah, his driver's license had expired and might be suspended. I'm guessing it was suspended. Dispatch later confirmed his license, yes, was suspended. Okay.
Madison, just south of Norfolk, kind of out by Newman Grove in that area. So like the northeast portion. This is probably about an hour or so from here, would be my guess.
This was enough to warrant a search of the vehicle where, Connor, you won't guess what the police found.
Meth.
That's
oh,
I don't know about meth.
I should have just said drugs.
Drug paraphernalia. That's right,
Yeah.
Connor. A container with a substance believed to be THC concentrate, a marijuana water pipe, a black pistol case containing a BB gun.
Dear God, this guy had it all.
He really did, and he threw it all away in Madison County.
Yeah, Texter says the walnut guy also had an egg in his hand when he was smashing. You had to not break the egg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a high degree of difficulty there.
Oh, it looked impossible.
Huh.
He was smashing and smashing and smashing.
I need my hand to be strong enough to break the walnuts, but wow, okay.
Chris has a couple poll questions for us.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Chris. We don't have any yet.
Is it time to say ass again on the radio with school back on? And we can either do this one or not, but I do like the first one. The second one was poll question: is driving naked the best way to ship drugs?
Okay.
You could do that. You could take that or leave it, Josh. That one's free. All right. Mike, who's an expert on Nebraska, an hour if you're driving 110, which some people do from Omaha to Norfolk. You never know. Maybe an hour and a half. Okay. Maybe 2. Something like that. I'll be curious to see how long it takes for people to get down to Kansas City to the Platte City QT for the game.
We'll be calling them
in a couple of weeks, so we'll find out. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, an event unlike any other. It's the Chunkies, where we award awards, designations upon each of the 3 sections of Nebraska's football games this year. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. Perfect sense.
Okay. Yeah, you've heard it before. It's coming up on the other side on 1620 The Zone. Welcome, everybody. Yearly tradition heading into our 4th season of Nebraska football together, Josh. It's time for the Chunkies, an award show that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Wow, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And settle in. We're in for a fun-filled evening tonight.
Whole year's been building up to this.
Let's first. I mean, I received some messages, some correspondence from people. When are the Chunkies? When are the Chunkies?
Oh yeah,
When
every offseason.
It's now. Sorry if this is a surprise to you, but it's happening right now. Before we get into the awards tonight, we would first of all like to pause and remember some chunks that have left us. Josh is like, what's he going to say here? I'm personally excited that Ohio State isn't on the schedule this year. Very nice.
Nice, respectful applause.
Very, very cool. Also,
please hold your applause to the end.
Goodbye to Friday night home games that aren't on Black Friday. Thank you. But in its place, we do have a neutral site game in Kansas City, which is great, and we get to get reintroduced to our old friends from the Platte City QT. So we always like to remember the things that have gone before us and the people and the things that whose shoulders we stand upon to be able to continue to do this absolutely fantastic award show. So thank you to all of those who have gone by in the last year. Let's introduce you to the 3 and only 3 nominees, the potential recipients of awards. We introduce you first to Chunk 1. Thank you. Chunk 1, may I remind you, is the Cincinnati game, which is in Kansas City, a home date with Akron, a home game against Houston Christian, and a home game against Michigan. All those home games, except for that one in Kansas City, which is definitely not a home game for sure. People are definitely thinking that that'll be a road game. Chunk 2, you look beautiful. You look fantastic. Thank you. A home game with Michigan State. A cross-country road trip to Maryland. A game at Minnesota on a Friday night, coming back from the cross-country road trip to Maryland.
Exhausting.
And a home game with Northwestern. And finally, the distinguished Chunk 3. Another cross-country road trip, this time out west. USC on the road, at home against... No. Flip those.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. At home against USC, then a cross-country road trip to UCLA. Maybe the sun will set behind the San Gabriel Mountains.
Better.
And a road trip to Penn State and a home game on Black Friday against the Iowa Hawkeyes. Josh, first, as you might be my Andy Richter tonight.
Oh, good one, Connor.
How do you think our stars look?
Oh, everyone looks fabulous. A lot of chances. That's kind of the theme of the red carpet today. A lot of chances taken. Yeah, there's some stuff that just looks completely ridiculous. Lady Gaga is here. She's like, what are you guys wearing? She's wearing a bear.
She's looking at our potential recipients, and they're like, whoa, you really took it to the next level.
Y'all look ridiculous.
All right, let's get into the awards. We have, gosh, I'm not even going to count how many awards we have to give away this evening. But there are several of them. Let's start with Josh. I'm actually going to need your help on this one. I can't read what's inside the envelope. There are 3 nominees, of course, as there is for every award.
Sure,
for
of course.
Coldest chunk.
Ooh.
Coldest chunk. Which chunk would you be most likely to have to wear something more than a sweatshirt? Now, we know the answer, but if we're doing averages, it might be a little bit tricky. obviously throw Chunk 1 out the window here.
Sure.
That will win another award in this category. But a trip to Minnesota, a trip to Maryland, a trip to UCLA, but balanced out by a trip to Penn State there in Chunk 3.
That's a push. You got to just completely throw both of those out.
So we have to give it to Chunk 1, which will be the hottest chunk for sure.
No, Chunk 3, the
Okay.
UCLA and the Penn State, they negate each other.
But if we're talking, let's just say it's both those, the Maryland and the Minnesota trip are both in October, right? Let's just say they're both in the 50s just to play around with it. Let's say the UCLA game is in the upper mid to upper 70s, but the Penn State game is like 14. I think the average temperature actually dips low enough for Chunk 3 to win here. The coldest chunk.
Really?
I mean, but 14 is
Okay.
really cold, obviously.
Yeah.
But the 30s. But I think you're right. So after some deliberation, we will give this award to Chunk number 2. Amazingly, the coldest chunk this year. Even though there will be a lot of people complaining in late November about that trip to Penn State. It's going to come up in another award later on in the evening.
Oh, okay.
So while we're on coldest chunk, let's just go to hottest chunk and get it out of the way.
Sure.
The hottest chunk of the year is quite easily chunk number 1. I've never had any doubts about anything else.
It's a hot chunk.
This is the hottest chunk it could possibly be. What did Ichiro say about Kansas City in August? Hotter than 2 rats bleeping in a wool sock. That's what he said. He doesn't even know English, and he knew that about Kansas City. And then
I don't know. I heard that somewhere.
And then 3 home games in Lincoln.
Tom Brenneman told it to me one time.
In September. This is maybe one of the hottest chunks we've ever seen.
Wow.
It is hot. It's going to be a hot chunk. It really is.
Funny phrase.
It's going to be a hot chunk. All right. Let's go to some more superlatives. The grassiest chunk.
Okay.
The
grassiest chunk.
Now, grass is a topic these days.
It is. You see it more and more. You smell it even more than that.
Amongst our 3 nominees, there is 1 grass game in chunk 1. There is 0 grass games in chunk 2.
Oh, wow.
And there are 2 grass games in chunk 3. Thus giving the award to chunk number 3, the grassiest chunk.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Kind of out of nowhere. Yeah. Penn State plays on grass and UCLA plays on grass, as they should. Now, this will be a hotly contested award in a couple years when they definitely change the stadium.
Oh, yeah.
What happens to grass now that they are not going to do the stadium project? Are they still going to do grass? Because the whole thing about doing the grass was they didn't want to do it until the stadium project was done because they didn't want to ruin it.
Sounds like there's a lot of things waiting on the stadium project.
Interesting.
Might need to just do them.
Will we have grass anytime soon? Sticking with the weather and the seasons, let's go to our next award today, Josh. Bill Ramby's Weather Scroll Chunk.
Whoa, we got sponsored awards?
That's right. We do have a couple sponsored awards this year.
Oh, good job, sales.
Bill Ramby's Weather Scroll Chunk. Now, I'm aware, and the committee is aware, that Nebraska does not have an ABC game scheduled. They do have a game on ESPN, by the way. So Bill Ramby will not show up on your TV during a Nebraska football game to interrupt weather. But let's just say, for the purpose of the exercise, all of the games were on ABC. Which is the most likely to have the most frequency of Bill Ramby is the question here. And that is very obviously chunk number 1.
Sure, Akron.
Now, we could theoretically, there could be a bonus chunk here where there's a playoff game, or something like that. And then, and then all of a sudden we're talking about school closings. Now, not usually live break-ins for winter weather events, but the scrolls on the TVs just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and that will bother some people.
Could you imagine if Bill Ramby came on your television and canceled school on a Friday night or Saturday?
That would be weird.
That would be weird.
You're right.
It would be
Josh.
unprecedented.
That would be weird. Now, do they still do like if we got a snowstorm on New Year's Eve, even though nobody has school the next day? Do they still put school closings on there?
Business closings.
Business closings. Yeah. Okay. So Bill Ramby's Weather Scroll chunk is awarded to chunk number 1. Josh,
Connor.
I will need your deliberation on this one as well.
Oh, wow. Happy to help. It's an honor.
The chunk most likely to feature a Big Red Overreaction hosted by a non-regular 1620 The Zone host.
My sheet is in my
need
office.
your sheet for this, or I need you to go off of your memory.
My memory, if memory serves me correctly, there is a chunk in which the seasons are merging.
Yeah.
The volleyball, basketball, football triumvirate.
It has to be chunk 2.
Is running strong. That's right, Connor. It's chunk 2.
It has to be chunk 2.
Now, which non-1620 The Zone host will it be? I genuinely have no idea.
Which games will the 1620 The Zone host be hosting?
I only have a vague idea.
Season's a couple weeks away, Josh.
It sure is, Connor.
Fascinating. So maybe you could make a case for all 3 of them. You know?
Flux.
What do you think about that?
Word.
What do you? Okay. All right. Yeah. Hey, congratulations to chunk number 2. The chunk most likely to feature a Big Red Overreaction hosted by a non-regular 1620 The Zone host. Very, very exciting. Let's go to, this is sort of an important chunk. This is a big award. The heartburn chunk. The chunk most likely to cause heartburn, brought to you by Prilosec OTC.
Wow. Big get. Good get sales.
Is it chunk 1 where is there heartburn in there?
Right
Michigan
at the beginning.
might give you some heartburn.
Yeah.
Cincinnati might give you some heartburn. Is it chunk number 3, which, I mean, could be heartburn in a bad, like indigestion, upset stomach, and then whatever comes after that.
You know the song.
But that's a different sponsor. But I am awarding the awards today, so I am the sole proprietor of this, and I have chosen chunk number 2 as the chunk most likely to cause heartburn, brought to you by Prilosec OTC. I think Nebraska will be in some very, very close games in chunk number 2, which features games against Michigan State, Maryland, Minnesota, and Northwestern. And when the heartburn really hits you the most, it's in games that aren't supposed to be close, and then they are. They kind of just putz around for a little while. What's going on here? Oh my God, are they going to lose this game? I have heartburn.
Need this to get to fill in the blank on your preseason victory total.
Brought to you by Prilosec OTC.
Thank you, Prilosec.
Chunk number 2, another award for them tonight. They are kind of racking them up at this point. Very interesting. Let's go to the chunk of boredom.
Chunk of boredom.
The chunk of boredom. The chunk in which you are most likely to say, can we please just get to the next chunk?
Oh.
Can we please just move on? Now,
okay.
Not necessarily with the season, because that's a different connotation. But we got some sleepers in here. And obviously,
it better not be 3.
There is only one possibility. I suppose it could be 3 in a bad way.
Yeah.
Chunk number 1 is our winner of the chunk of boredom. A lot of excitement for that first game. And then you got an extra long week to watch college football on Saturday and Sunday and Monday. And then there's more games the next week. And Nebraska will be hosting Akron. It's always exciting when Nebraska has their home opener. But do we learn anything from a football perspective? Not really. Do we learn anything from a football perspective against Houston Christian? Definitely not.
God, I hope not.
And so from the moment the game in Kansas City ends in the wee hours of August 28th, you will be looking ahead to 3 weeks from then.
Wow.
3 weeks plus a couple days from then when Nebraska hosts Michigan. That's a long month, Josh. That's more time than we have now until the first game.
There's a lot of shows in between those two games.
Maybe we want to go catch one.
No, I mean like our show.
Oh yeah, no, that's not going to be fun. We're going to be bored. We're going to be bored that entire time. That's for sure. Okay, I need another ruling from you, or at least some help here.
Okay.
The TikTok food video chunk.
Oh, okay. Fill me in.
The TikTok food video chunk. The chunk in which you are most likely to see a variety of TikTok creators make food videos from various locations of Husker games. I could make a case for all three. There will be somebody on TikTok who follows the Huskers and will be going down to Kansas City to eat barbecue. And they will do TikToks with their tiny microphones and their dirty barbecue fingers. And maybe you could make some TikToks about Lincoln food. I'm sure the Lincoln food seed is excellent. Many are saying this. But Maryland's got crab cakes. Minnesota's got a nice little food situation going on up there
Juicy
in Chunk
Lucy.
too. How about a trip to LA? What's going on in the LA food scene? I don't know. How about Michelin star rated restaurants?
Okay. Hadn't thought of it from that perspective.
And a trip to Penn State, which I don't know what they serve up there.
They have
Frogs?
food. They have food here.
Do they have frogs? What are they eating at Penn State? I have no idea. But which of the chunks to you is the TikTok food video chunk? This one's all yours.
I'm going to go with chunk number 1.
Chunk number 1.
Because the Nebraska media powerhouse, all of us are going to Kansas City.
Mm-hmm. And there will be so many videos.
There is
about
a buzz.
barbecue.
There is an excitement.
So
first home game.
I wanted to talk about this for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Because we like to predict the things that the media is going to do because it's pretty predictable.
It is.
It's a lot of fun for me. So it'll be interesting. Like, I think we could have a segment where we could predict which media member goes where.
Okay.
Like, Sean and the Husker Online boys are definitely like not going to get barbecue. They're going to a steakhouse.
Mm-hmm. They always do.
In Kansas City, which is going to be hilarious. But then meanwhile, all the other folks will be strewn about the city, going to their favorite or barbecue places that have been suggested to them. A lot of people will end up at Q39. No doubt about it.
It's great.
Q39 is the best barbecue I've ever had. I can pretty much guarantee you, Josh, that you and I will be dining on Q39.
Let's go.
I'm not going to take any pictures of it.
Would never.
I have plenty. But there will be some people who are like, I want it. I want the real deal. So they'll go down to 17th and Vine and they'll go to Arthur Bryant's and they'll go up the street and they'll go to Gates and they'll say, how may I help you?
I've been there. I've done it.
And there will be people documenting those experiences as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then there will be some media members who say, nobody's ever heard of this place, but I know about it.
And I'm ready to tell you all.
It's better than everyone else. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I think you're right in which chunk you gave this award to.
Thank you. That means a lot.
There will be many TikTok food videos from Nebraska media members and others who eat barbecue on the Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday of that week.
I just don't know how many media members are going to Maryland or Los Angeles. It's pretty far away, pretty expensive.
It is, as we know, it's difficult to get to. Which brings us to the chunk of contempt.
Ooh.
The chunk of contempt, which is a runaway this year. Chunk number 3 is the chunk of contempt. And I'll tell you why. Penn State should be kicked out of the league for how difficult it is to get to their stadium. It is purposefully difficult.
James Franklin was right. They need another airport.
You have to fly into an airport that is at least 2 hours away. Also, how do you get to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania? What airline is servicing Harrisburg, Pennsylvania?
Nobody
I don't
knows.
have any idea. Or you could go to Pittsburgh, which is a couple hours away. Oh, and by the way, this game is in late November, which introduces a variety of different options in terms of weather scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful.
Leave early.
Travel at your own risk or don't travel at all. Also, I will add to Penn State, Their stadium is under significant construction. They have added portable bleachers on top of their portable press box. This thing is going to crumble into pieces. It is going to fall over. It does sound unsafe.
Is it Pennsylvania steel?
It didn't look like it.
Oh no.
It looks bad. You know how they always used to say that the Wisconsin, if you're in the Wisconsin press box during jump around, it literally sways and shakes.
UCF's bounce house actually bounces. That's why
I don't know what's going to happen at Penn State, but it could be really bad. This is the chunk of contempt because I just want to keep everybody safe. I just want to keep everybody safe. And I'm worried that people are going to get hurt on this trip. Also, Los Angeles, libs.
Whoa.
Well, you have to watch out for the libs.
Could you imagine a city?
Have you heard of their governor?
I have.
You might run into him. You want to talk about contempt?
Not at a sporting event, Connor.
Just at LAX.
Oh, okay.
When you're going in. All right. Let's go to the punts and bunts chunk.
Punts and bunts. I don't know what it means, but I like the sound of it.
The chunk most likely to feature the combined most punts and bunts.
Oh, okay. I think I know the winner here.
Yes, it is chunk 2.
That's right.
It is chunk 2. First of all, there's some defense in this chunk, which will bring us to our next award here momentarily. There's some defense here, but also the baseball playoffs will be going on in the majority of this chunk. Punts and bunts, although nobody bunts in Major League Baseball anymore.
Could you imagine?
Maybe the Brewers will do it. Maybe they could change baseball entirely.
They would. I mean, they'd be the most likely. Many people paying attention to the Brewers.
Let's go to the next one that I teased. This is called the 1310 chunk.
1310.
What's that mean? What's 1310?
I don't know. Is it like half of 1620?
Interesting. Not exactly right on that math, but I get where you were going.
Okay.
Since 2019, Nebraska has played a 13-10 game with 3 out of the 4 opponents in chunk number 2, which is the winner of this award. That's right. If they were to play a game that ended by the score of 13-10 against Michigan State this year, they will have completed the 13-10 roundabout.
Well, I know what I'm betting on on FanDuel that week.
And remember, Nebraska played a 9-6 game with Michigan State in 2018. They played a 13-10 game with Maryland a couple of years ago when they visited Minnesota to start off the Matt Rule era, and Northwestern in 2019. 13-10 chunk.
Okay.
The chunk most likely to have a game that ends by the final score of 13-10. Just based off history, Josh. That's what I have.
That's a good bet. I'm going to try and remember that.
What else haven't I got to? But it was against Roast Beef State chunk.
Okay. I think I got an idea.
This one's pretty easy. This one's a runaway. Chunk number 1. Once again, it goes congruent with the chunk of boredom. You will be wondering where all the football went for much of the month of September. Where is the football? Where's the competitive football game?
What else is on? Yes, I guess I can go to that wedding. Maybe we should go to the pumpkin patch.
More so, Nebraska will likely beat Akron and Houston Christian by a combined 77-14 final score.
They better.
And you will say, and somebody at the end of that will say, Nebraska is 3-0, and they're basically ranked, and they look great. They have the best point differential in the entire country. And some smart person will say, yeah, but it was against Roast Beef State. And their brother, Roast Beef Tech.
And they'll say it just like
that. And Cincinnati sucked.
Cincinnati was a home game for us.
Exactly. So they're going to lose to Michigan by 12, at least. Maybe 20. Who knows? That's what they'll say. And another award for I feel like we let chunk number 1 to the side here a little bit. This is we created an award just for chunk number 1 because I think it was a little light. The Edward Olivares Memorial I-29 chunk brought to you by the Platte City QT.
Wow, thank you.
Of course goes to chunk number 1. They should put signs on I-29 that said Edward Olivares was here a lot. Traveling from Omaha to Kansas City in between the years 2021 and 2023. But it's not there. It should be. But it's in our hearts.
Ask your politicians.
Ask your politicians. Now to the biggest awards of the night.
Oh.
The most likely 4-0 chunk is also pretty self-explanatory. The schedule really worked out this year. The most likely 4-0 chunk is chunk number 1. I don't think there's an argument to be had there. Cincinnati, Akron, Houston, Christian, and Michigan. That would take beating Michigan.
Right. Yeah.
But you're pretty confident about 3. You're very confident about 2. The most likely 0-4 chunk.
No.
Also
Connor.
kind of self-explanatory. Although I would hear a case for chunk 2, I will give the award to chunk number 3. USC, UCLA, Penn State, and Iowa. Once again, not very difficult to figure out in that case. And the biggest award of the night, the most important chunk, the MVC.
Whole season's going to swing on this chunk.
You can make a case for all 3, in my opinion. Although I would definitely not make a case for chunk 1, which is the first 4 games of the year.
Most important chunk is the next chunk.
The most important chunk is game 1. That's not a chunk. You don't get it. The most important chunk is chunk number 2. Not chunk number 3. It's an upset. Chunk number 2, Michigan State, Maryland, Minnesota, and Northwestern. There's a reasonable path to Nebraska being 8-0 at the end of chunk number 2.
Whoa.
And a pretty reasonable, if not doable, path to them being 7-1 at the end of chunk number 2. But that's going to take winning a lot of close games, maybe a 13-10 game inside of chunk number 2. Home game against Michigan State, a road trip to Maryland, a road trip to Minnesota, and home against Northwestern. Nebraska will likely be favored in each of those games. And your record could be literally anything. You could go 0-4. It would be a disaster, but you could go 0-4.
It's possible.
You could go 1-3. You could go 2-2. You can go 3-1. You go 4-0.
Those are the options.
Those are the options, and they're all on the table, Josh. They're all on the table. So our most distinguished chunk this year is chunk number 2. I love chunk number 2 sets you up for chunk number 3.
Yeah.
If you win chunk number 2, you got a chance in chunk number 3. If you lose chunk number 2, you are in for a death march in chunk number 3. It's very similar to the way it was last year.
The M chunk.
All right. That's all the awards I have. Anything you'd like to give out or any comments on the night?
Just really excited to get to the after parties.
I bet you are.
The governor's ball.
I bet you are.
Governor's ball's at the cattle, the cattle barn. The hell's that wedding venue?
Round the Bend?
No.
With the Testicle Festival?
Yeah, I can't remember it.
All right. We'll see everybody there. That's the Chunkies for 2025. We'll take your comments. Don't talk about the way that women look in their dresses, though.
Great take.
Back after this on 1620 The Zone.
He has the latest sports news, expert analysis, award-winning commentary, and a pocket full of cabbage.
Can you give us an indication why?
Just in case there's a sauerkraut emergency.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Dundee Days are coming up. The Street Festival, the Dundee Day Street Festival, August 23rd on Underwood Avenue, right by Memorial Park, where families and friends from all over the metro area come together each year to celebrate our dear friends in Dundee. We're a proud member of Dundee, Josh.
That's
Presented by Dundee Bank and Dundee Pediatrics, Omaha's best neighborhood event. Omaha's best neighborhood features the 5K Dundee Dash, Troop 100 Pancake Breakfast. Hello. Free yoga class. What's that version of yoga? Barre?
I believe you're correct. Yes.
Yes. And a street full of something for everyone. Dundee Night kicks off at 4 with an evening full of local food and drink and nonstop music until midnight with bands like the Omaha Street Percussion, Jaguar, James Band, Funk, Trek, Rhythm Collective, and award-winning The Voice alum, Josh Hoyer.
Hello.
And Soul Colossal. Entrance to Dundee Night is free for all ages. A $10 ID check wristband is required to purchase alcoholic beverages.
Quick correction. It is pronounced bar yoga.
Bar. That sounds a lot less cool than Barry or Barry
I don't
or
know.
Barry.
Bar yoga.
I guess that's kind of cool.
Yoga at the bar?
Either way, it's all happening at Dundee Days coming up in just a couple weeks. Once again, that is August 23rd. How about this old friend alert before we get to some Mike Eckler quotes? Old friend alert. Incarnate Word will be naming redshirt junior Richard Torres, Richie, the starting quarterback. That's right, Richie. As he'll open the season as the starter at Nichols State in week 0, which is next week. People forget that. And the game will be on ESPN too. Pete Tweet,
the Deuce,
says Richard Torres is a Nebraska transfer who's thrown for 608 yards and 7 touchdowns at Incarnate Word. That's a lot of tweets he did for the Incarnate Word starters job, but you do you. You do you, Mr. Pete Tweets. What do we got for Mike Eckler, Josh? Is he saying some stuff?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I kind of thought that he might say some things today.
Eckler said, this from Sam McEwen, Eckler said the only mistake his players can make is not making a full speed decision.
Oh.
He intends Nebraska to be aggressive as possible. They break down every meeting with the words, one shot, one kill. Whoa.
Kill, Josh?
Kill. This is from Mitch Sherman.
Okay.
Nebraska special teams coordinator Mike Eckler, quote, if we go out and make a mistake on special teams, I want you to write this. X stinks.
Wow. So it's X fault.
Yes.
This is very interesting and different from what it's been in years past. Like our default is to make fun of the special teams coordinator. And Mike Eckler is like, perfect. Bring it.
He's saying, put it on me. Now, I don't know if this is a quote or if Mitch Sherman is paraphrasing when he says this. Eckler is talking about how he will point the thumb, not the finger.
Oh, Bo! He's back.
Bo, of course, gave Eckler his first full-time coaching gig at Nebraska in 2008 after they first connected at Oklahoma in LSU.
Here's one from Sam.
Yeah.
Eckler says society has made, quote, society has made up, end quote, the concept of leading solely by example. Quote, that's just called doing your job. Says leadership is a contact sport that requires holding others accountable.
Whoa. Leadership is a contact sport.
Now, I've heard that one before, but that's about as good as it gets. That's a great football guy quote. One of the better ones.
I mean this in the best way possible. Psychopath.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's insane. I can't wait till after the first game and all the pictures come out of him yelling at a variety of different things. Could be anything. Could be Lee Corso. I don't think he'll be there, but, you know, just yelling. So there you go. You got stuff coming up.
That's usually not good.
In the case of Mike Eckler, it's great.
Is it a hot chunk? People are wondering.
Now it's only a matter of time before our dear friend Archie takes the stage. Or maybe that's already happened. I don't know. It's so hard to put together. Is there anything that's actually notable that's coming out of today? Doesn't seem like it so far. Just seems like it's a lot of Mike Eckler shouting, which is awesome. And I'm definitely here for it. But it's not exactly, substantial.
And that video of Archie throwing the football.
Yes, he was throwing.
Why would he need to do that?
Maybe he throws better than TJ Lateef. Who knows?
Who's to say?
Josh, I found out that college football was back last night.
Oh, it's back. I missed a game.
Not like not like that. But like, when people say we're back.
Oh yeah.
Like that. College football is back.
We're so back.
So I saw the screenshots of Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer's Venmo last night, in which he made a couple transactions to his friend and labeled them in 2022 sports gambling, which is pretty funny. And I just thought that. I was like, oh, this is great. This is a Texas fan who faked this screenshot. It's kind of funny.
Because we all,
this
a
is
lot of us
something-
know what a fake screenshot looks like.
I don't know that it even looks like a fake screenshot, but people have the really keen ability to make fake screenshots these days. I'm like, oh, this is great. Nobody's this dumb. Nobody will believe this. And it's a great joke for everybody. And then as the night went on, people kept talking about it. I'm like, whoa, you guys are really that stupid, huh? And then I found out this morning that apparently those are real. That's really what was on John Mateer's Venmo publicly. As of last night, I'm reading from Sooner Scoop, the On3 side at Oklahoma. Here's what Sooner Scoop knows about the situation.
Okay.
Mateer is a freshman at Washington State at the time in 2022. Had several transactions that led people on the internet to believe he was possibly gambling. He has since deleted all of his Venmo transactions. It's not clear where the screenshots originated. Red flag. College athletes are prohibited from betting on any sport, as we know. This is not something we expected to have to look into, but here we are. Sooner Scoop has spoken to several people inside the school and program and can tell you that Mateer has been in contact with the athletic department and compliance. The school is aware of the situation and is handling it. Mateer made it clear to the school that he has never gambled, which is something that I would definitely say if I didn't want people to know that I had gambled. As of early Tuesday morning, Oklahoma has not heard from the NCAA. We do have a feeling Oklahoma and Mateer might release a statement today. Other than that, there's not much to report on this. However, we wanted to let you know that he has informed all of the relevant people at Oklahoma. So
interesting.
My question is this: what the hell? This is real? I was thinking like, oh, this is great. Good job. Good job, Twitter. Our guy Karen, he faked a screenshot the other day of I don't really want to say what it was, but it was pretty funny.
All right.
But it was a jab at Cincinnati's quarterback. Why? Because that's what we do. We're fans.
Yeah. It's football season.
It's football season, You make fun of the other team's quarterback. You say they have, back in the day, it was like, hey, I heard that guy's got an ugly girlfriend. Now it's faking screenshots of their Venmo accounts. Have you seen it?
I was looking at
Karen's tweet.
Karen's take on the Oklahoma story.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I got sidetracked.
Okay. Stib says, say it, Connor. It was very funny. Black Cat says, you won't say it. It was very funny. I laughed, but I don't think I'm going to talk about it on this show.
Karen tweets a lot. Where's this tweet?
Karen does a lot of tweets.
I like that.
Yeah. Karen's got takes. She's got takes on everything.
That's from August 10th. Did I miss it?
That's only 2 days ago, Josh.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is probably late last week, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe over the weekend.
I got to really go. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
So
sorry.
you got some scrolling to do, but no, that's it.
I was going slow because
I just thought this was a great college football story, but apparently it's something much, much more stupid than that. Stay tuned. Maybe Oklahoma will release a statement on John Mateer's Venmo screenshots today. What a world. College football's back, folks.
We're so back.
MLB reaction, overreaction is still, Stib says, look for a man in an orange jumpsuit, Josh.
Okay. I like that everyone's helping me.
You'll find it. You'll find it.
Okay.
You like it?
I found it.
What could you try to maybe describe it? So there's a famous.
It pokes fun at recent events in the state of Idaho.
There you go.
Yeah, probably the one you're thinking of.
It's definitely not fun. Which is not funny. No, not funny.
No.
But it's all fun and games in college football, Josh, until the Venmo screenshots are real. And he did actually pay his buddy for sports gambling.
I like that it's,
which if you were doing Venmo transactions for sports gambling, maybe you would label it, I don't know, like golf or something like that. Or like, I owe you for that big screen TV we went in on together.
And
not sports gambling.
With the game in parentheses.
Yeah. And what game was it again? It was like
UCLA, Wisconsin or something like that.
Something whatever it was. It was pretty dumb. If that's real. All right, don't forget MLB reaction, overreaction is still coming up in the 1 o'clock hour as well. We'll be back after this on 1620 The Zone.
After further review, the host is deemed to be out of bounds. The Connor Happer Show returns in minutes on 1620 The Zone.
You're always better with a roof from JR.
We've all seen them. As soon as the big storm comes through, the storm chasing.
I know I had some disparaging things to say earlier about Penn State.
Yeah, you did.
Husker Country writes in.
Hi, Husker Country.
Connor, we're driving out to Penn State in my, what does this mean? Quote, RV. What's that mean, Josh? What could that possibly mean?
Generic term for a family truckster? I don't know. Maybe it's not quite an RV. It's like a camper or something. I don't know.
If you want to ride along, out on Friday morning and back on Sunday. It's like
possible.
It's like a 17 to 20 hour drive.
Omaha to Happy Valley.
Give it to me.
Load it up. The one time it doesn't just tell you how long it takes to drive somewhere.
No, you got to go to maps.
15 and a half.
15 and a half.
1,018 miles.
Nothing to be proud of, Russ. I do not want to go to that game.
Okay.
I would love to see the stadium. I wish it were in Des Moines. Then I would drive there. I would still hate it, but it would be a lot easier to get to.
And you could get some sauce on the way back.
And I could get some sauce on the way back from Pancheros, a lovely, lovely restaurant. Oh, I wanted to get to this from Troy Dannon. On Friday. So BC had a pretty good write-up and had some quotes in here. So I'm taking the quotes from him because the press conference video was 52 minutes long and I didn't feel like sifting through all of it to play it on the show. I'm sorry.
52 minutes.
Yeah, I got
Dannon press conference.
I watched it, but I didn't want to go back after watching it multiple days later and then grab the clips. It just would have been too difficult.
Not necessary.
So Troy Dannon says this about future scheduling in his press conference on Friday. As you know, Nebraska has lightened up in the non-conference schedule, let's say. Next year, they'll play Ohio, not Ohio State, Ohio, Bowling Green, and North Dakota. 27, it'll be Northern Illinois, Miami of Ohio, and Northern Iowa. In 28, it'll be UTEP, South Dakota State, and Arizona. There's only one power conference team in there, and they're from the Big 12, and the bottom of the Big 12, I may add.
Now, you don't know what they're going to be.
That's true. Sorry. Wildcat.
He can see you.
So a lot of conversation about who schedules who and where and what it means for your college football playoff hopes. Dannon says this. So a perfect schedule today, until the college football playoff looks different and says you need to schedule this way, or the Big Ten does something different, is a home and home game against a power conference team, a bye game against a group of 6 team, and an FCS team. And that's kind of the way it's set up. I do not expect to touch the schedule to make any scheduling decisions until after the stadium is done and after the CFP decides maybe what the model is going to be, which is sort of fascinating. We are making plans to embark on major renovations of Memorial Stadium that may impact our seating capacity for 2027. Are we? The best scenario is for us to have 8 home games in 2027 to offset any potential revenue loss from a reduced capacity. The additional home games will also have a tremendous economic benefit in the Lincoln community. He adds, it's like basketball. You have to schedule to get into the postseason. You have to. I don't care if we haven't been close. That's where we want to be. That's how we have to schedule. So we'll schedule what is optimal to get into the postseason. And so I asked this question. Is Nebraska scheduling to get into the postseason? Are they doing that?
That is the goal, I believe.
Let's just play this out.
Get to 10, let the cards fall where they may.
Let's just play this out. I'm gonna pull up the CFP rankings pre-playoffs last year. And just to kind of go off of, so we have something to base it off of. So 2024 week 15, which is the last playoff ranking. You have undefeated Oregon at number 1. They set them aside, right? And then, I guess we could just skip down to the post number 5. Ohio State was 10-2. They were number 6. Tennessee This is in the rankings. Tennessee was 10-2. They were number 7. Indiana was 11-1. They were number 8. Nebraska, if they were to make the playoffs, at least coming from the current state of things, the way Nebraska is, their setup might be most comparable to Indiana. Kind of comes out of nowhere. The schedule is really light. What did people say about Indiana at the end of the regular season last year?
They hadn't played anybody. They're going to flame out.
Anybody.
They'll flame out.
They had done exactly what they were supposed to do. Therefore, they were held to a higher standard. Is Indiana in the playoff at 10-2? No. My answer is no. If they would have had a non-conference game against somebody good and won that game and proven themselves early instead of gotten off to a 9-0 start where they outscored everybody by 50 every game, the narrative on them would have been a whole hell of a lot different, in my opinion.
Does Nebraska need that as a?
I believe so.
I know you don't want to have this conversation as a blue blood, quote unquote.
I don't think it matters in this case.
Okay,
because you can make the case for Nebraska being a blue blood. I certainly would, but I'm talking about how you're viewed in the college football landscape, given the schedule that you play. It matters what your name on the front of your jersey is, yes, but I think it matters less than what you've actually done in the individual season. And the reason that people didn't like Indiana going into the playoff last year wasn't because they were Indiana, it's because they hadn't beaten anybody. It's that simple, right? And so those teams who schedule that way are held to a higher standard because you have to beat playoff caliber teams or prove that you're capable of beating playoff caliber teams to get into the playoff. That's it. Point blank, period.
Yeah, I guess if you had 2 hard games on your schedule and you lost them both, people would.
I would argue that I think you can make the case that what Nebraska is doing from a scheduling perspective in the non-con actually makes it more difficult for them to get to the playoff. Now, you have to thread the needle pretty tight, right? If you're playing a non-conference team, you want to obviously win the game.
Yeah.
But it has to be against somebody who is seen as a brand and might likely end up in an early season top 25 or something like that. That way they could go back at the end of the year when they're 11-1 or 10-2, and they could say, well, I know the rest of our schedule doesn't necessarily stack up, but we beat, let's say, I don't know, who's a good example of this? We beat Virginia Tech in the non-con, That's all we had the ability to do, and we did it. That's what Indiana said last year, but their non-con was made up of Kennesaw State 3 times or Indiana State 3 times. Does Villanova football, they play them? I'm just saying, man, like, I don't think it does as much for you as you think. Or maybe Dannon has a warped view of what people will think about Nebraska if and when they do get to the point where the schedule lines up and they are 11-1 with 1 loss to Ohio State at the end of the season. Because like I said, I think it's about the schedule in its entirety. And if the Big Ten schedule isn't giving you much, just like it did for Indiana last year, then people are going to look at other data points, the other data points that you have in your schedule. And if you don't have one in the non-con, all of a sudden it becomes kind of tricky on what to do. I think Nebraska's looked at more than that. Like, if Ohio State does this and they play a bunch of nobodies on their schedule and they just run their way to a mediocre 11-1 or a mediocre 10-2 and they don't beat anybody, they lose to Michigan at the end of the year, then people will be like, sure, it's Ohio State. They're really, because they're really talented. That's what the eye test was brought into the equation for. It's to try and compare these teams against other teams around the country, even though they all play uneven schedules and they're all trying to, they're all looking out for number 1 as well. That's why the eye test was introduced in the situation anyway. And everybody could tell that Ohio State was really, 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 really talented. Everybody could tell that Georgia is really, 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 really talented. Do we take it too far sometimes? Probably. Probably.
When you're on the cusp or wherever Nebraska is right now, and you're trying to get to the place where you're Ohio State, wouldn't this be the way to go?
Is Nebraska capable of being Ohio State?
They have to think that, right? Like they have to act as if, well, we're Nebraska. We can get back to being a perennial power.
You know what the thing Ohio State does in the non-con every year?
Plays a power team, plays a good team.
They play Texas in week 1.
Yeah.
Literally the number 3 team, number 1 team in the country.
And they'll be favored over the number 1 team in the country.
They will. Yeah.
But
you know what I mean? Like, I don't. They say it like it's so cut and dry. Like, we are scheduling to get into the playoff. And people are like, yeah, okay, I know. But think about it. Are you really? In order for Nebraska to be involved in that conversation or Indiana to be involved in that conversation, they're going to have to do something that really surprises people. And it's not just going 11-1 against teams, beating every team you're favored against and losing to one team you're not. It's beating somebody you're not supposed to. It's making that noise. With that being said, Indiana made the playoff last year and they got away with it. So it's a tight needle to thread. I just don't know that Nebraska's like. I just don't think you could say definitively, oh, well, Nebraska's putting themselves in the best position possible to be able to make the college football playoff. I just don't think there is a right answer to the question. I think there's a lot of gray area.
I would think right now this is the best case, the best way for Nebraska to make the CFP is to kind of, for lack of a better term, backdoor their way into the playoff until they get the roster that is. Although there's world beaters on that team, like right now, maybe there's a couple, but it's not a team of world beaters.
Just know what they're going to be saying about you when you get into that position. Sure. They're going to say you suck and you haven't beaten anybody and you're going to get drilled.
I think Nebraska will have a segment of people on TV and in the media going, man, this is so good. This sport is better when Nebraska's back. Are they back? I don't know, but it's better when they're good.
Yeah, but people do the same thing for Indiana. I love Indiana. It's so cool that Indiana's good at football. The whole media does that.
They did do that. I like the way Kurt Signetti talks.
I like this Signetti guy. He's so anti-establishment. And his name starts with Sig. Something I never did in high school because the only cool kids did it. And I was a nerd. All right, let's take a break. MLB Reaction Overreaction is coming up on the other side. It's the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
Vallis season passes are on the line as well at 1620thezone.com right now. Of course, Nebraska's favorite fall attraction, Vala's Pumpkin Patch. You can go sit in the big chair. You could win 2 2025 season passes to Vala's. Enjoy all the full family fun at Vala's. All you have to do is register with your name and email on our website, 1620thezone.com. A reaction or two to the scheduling conversation before we get to we got a couple things to cover in this segment. So Bad Takes Doug is back, folks.
Hi, Doug. I would never disparage our audience the way you do.
He said Power 5, if you're a Power 5 team and you have 10 wins, you make the playoffs. I don't think that's a lock. I don't think that's a lock. Once again, would Indiana have made the playoff if they had one more loss last year? If they had lost that game to Michigan?
No.
I don't believe so. The only reason that Alabama wasn't in is because they lost too many, and that would have been a 10-win team.
One of them was to Vanderbilt.
They lost to Vanderbilt, right? Like, I think you're just really right, kind of on the edge there. If you're a Power 5 team and
you're going to have to campaign for yourself, right?
And you're 10-2, like if you don't win a conference championship, and if you're not one of the teams who everybody deems to be a top 5 team in the country, like Georgia went 10-2 in the regular season. They were going to make the playoff if they only had exactly 2 losses. Texas lost the SEC championship game. They went 10-2 in the regular season. 11-1 in the regular season, lost in the championship game to get their second loss. They were going to make it pretty much no matter what. So there's different levels to this, but I do think Nebraska's on a different level than those schools. Also, getting some reports out of Lincoln regarding the punter.
This Sam tweet is
what's the Sam tweet say?
Okay, I will try and read it.
What is it? Is it hard to read?
There is one word in there that's hard to read.
Oh, I haven't seen this yet.
Because he's a college boy. That's Sam McEwen. Quite an interview with Nebraska punter Archie Wilson, the ebullient 18-year-old who turns 19 tomorrow.
Yeah, ebullient.
On why he picked Nebraska, or Nebraska picked him in a sense. Emotional close as he's asked about his family and breaks down.
Oh, man. I got to watch this.
Yeah.
This is going to be good.
Everybody talk amongst yourselves for the next 5 minutes.
Also, before that, he was asked, of course, about his apparently sparkling rendition of Piano Man in front of the team.
The real story.
Here's a quote from Steve. This is Steve Marek, who wrote this on Twitter. We should get Steve back on. He's pretty good. Quote from Wilson, "I smashed it. I'm not going to lie."
Boy, that's some Connor Happer confidence
Doesn't
right there.
that sound like your boy? That's exactly what I said after I did Billy Joel's Piano Man in Vegas at the bar.
Not gonna lie.
I smashed it. I'm not gonna lie. I just didn't have an Australian accent, so it wasn't as cool.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get to MLB reaction, overreaction, one more for you, following up on a story we had for you before.
Rat-a-tat-tat.
A tweet from John Mateer.
John.
The
quarterback.
Oklahoma quarterback John Mateer.
The guy who's never gambled.
According to him, that is the case. From the Notes app on John Mateer.
Oh, no.
The allegations that I once participated in sports gambling are false. My previous Venmo descriptions did not accurately portray the transactions in question, but were instead inside jokes between me and my friends. It was just a goof. I have never bet on sports. Interesting wording there. I have, it just sounds familiar of people denying things.
I have never used performance-enhancing drugs to win the Tour de France.
What
are you talking about,
had
Oprah?
Sexual relations with that woman.
Lewinsky.
I never bet on baseball. I never cheated the game. Anyway, I understand the seriousness of the matter, but recognize that taken out of context, those Venmo descriptions suggest otherwise. I assure my teammates, coaches, and officials at the NCAA that I have not engaged in any sports gambling. I did not do that. It was a bit, he says.
Okay, where do we go from here?
I don't know. Can't wait to see where, though.
It's a Venmo transaction. I mean, you can't really prove anything, right?
I don't know, but maybe they can. I'm sure they can. I'm sure they can track stuff back.
Like if I
what was that money used for? Is that yeah?
Yeah, like if I labeled a Venmo transaction, I'm sorry to go to like the darkest place possible, but like body disposal.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure actually I probably have done that before.
In a court case, could they go, Your Honor, I have a Venmo transaction.
If you were on trial
here.
for murder.
Yeah.
If you were on trial for murder.
It says body disposal.
But in this case, this came out of thin air. He was not under investigation for gambling.
Well, now he is.
But he's saying that was fake news. That was just a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was a joke. It was a goof. I don't know. I tend to believe him. Kids do stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm weird to label it with a specific game, but
yeah.
For right now, I will take him at his word. I have nothing else to go on with this. I don't know this gentleman.
By the way, what is the Mount Rushmore of things that people definitively said they weren't going to do and then did?
Nick Saban, I'm not going to take the Alabama job.
I'm not going to be the coach at Alabama.
Uh-huh.
That's a good one that we just got on the text line. I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. This is a topic alert.
It is.
What is the Mount Rushmore of things that people said definitively that they weren't going to do, and then it turned out they did after that? Or they had done. They had lied about already doing.
I gotta feel like when the president said I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
It's a really good one.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good one. Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
Because that had been so long.
We got some options. That's all. All right, let's do MLB reaction, overreaction. Speaking of Pete Rose.
Speaking of betting on baseball.
What we got, Riders?
Okay, Riders today. Number one. Oh, of course, the Riders. Slave to the trends. The Milwaukee Brewers should have the best odds to win the World Series.
The Milwaukee Brewers, who have the best record in baseball by 5 games, are currently tied for third in best odds to win the World Series. A far cry behind Los Angeles, who's plus 280, not the Angels, the Dodgers, who are plus 280 to win the World Series, and the Phillies, who are plus 600 on the FanDuel Sportsbook right now. The Brewers have the same odds to win the World Series as the Tigers.
Okay, they should have better odds than the Phillies.
They should have better odds than the Tigers, too, I assume you're saying?
Yeah,
so
okay.
I actually think this is an overreaction. I am okay with where their odds are right now. Because, once again, I mean, there is a world where they kind of cool off in the next 6 weeks before the playoffs start, first of all. Maybe they don't have the best record in baseball. Maybe they do going into the playoff, but we know it don't matter. It don't matter, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Win 116 games in the regular season, shout out Stibbs, and losing the ALCS to the Yankees. It could happen, except for this year. You will not be losing to the ALCS in the ALCS to the Yankees this year, Stibbs. So at least you could throw that possibility out the window. What a missed opportunity for the Twins this year. To make the playoffs
without the Yankees,
the playoffs, and the Yankees maybe won't be there. Disappointing. But I actually, I'm actually cool with where they're at right now. That makes sense to me.
So we think the Dodgers are going to have pitchers in the postseason.
That is an unanswered question.
Okay.
But they have some pedigree, so that counts for something.
Absolutely.
I would also say, without being too hyperbolic here, what the Brewers right now are doing has a little bit of fluke to it. I know.
Second double-digit win streak of the season, Connor.
So I was reading an article today on Fangraphs about Brandon Woodruff. Brandon Woodruff returned from injury on July 6th. Well known as a great pitcher in baseball. He's been one of the better arms, but he's coming back from a long injury, and his stats, his like baseline stats, are really good. It's like, oh wow, they got Brandon Woodruff back, and he is back. He's 4-0 with a 2.29 ERA and a 35% strikeout rate over his first 6 starts. He will be in the playoff rotation. But as they dove into the numbers, some of the peripherals are just like, they just have incredible luck written all over them. He has a 143 BABIP and a 100% strand rate.
He's stranded every runner
yes.
that has gotten on.
Yeah. 8 of the 9 earned runs he's allowed have come on home runs. Those are massively unsustainable numbers. The league averages a 289 BABIP. He's half of that. And a 72.5% strand rate. Maybe it's okay to say he's better than the average pitcher, but those are absurd, right? And those are sort of luck-based stats. Even if he spent his entire career pitching in front of an excellent Milwaukee defense, Woodruff has never run a BABIP below 269 or a strand rate above 82, except for in 2023 when he only made 11 starts. This is just one guy, and this is just one example, and there's a variety of other arms to this. But if you made the case to me that they're fool's gold, I wouldn't. I couldn't immediately shut you down.
Right.
That's all.
I would agree.
I'm not saying that for the record.
I'm glad you said fool's gold, because I was trying to think of something like luck seems so, I don't know, arbitrary.
I know. Yeah.
But
good point.
Yeah. Take number 2, more than 2/3 of baseball is still alive.
All right, so this is an overreaction, but if you separate out the MLB standings like this, there are 4 teams to cross out in the National League. These are teams that are more than, I believe, 6 games out of the wild card right now, which doesn't seem like that big of a number. Atlanta, Pittsburgh, Washington, Colorado.
Whoa.
See ya. Sorry.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They're done.
A lot of games left.
No.
Okay.
There's not actually a lot of games left in the grand scheme of things. 3 teams to cross out in the American League: Baltimore, Chicago, and the A's. I wrote Oakland on the sheet.
Oh, wow.
I apologize to all the A's fans out there. Realistically, though, the cut line is probably after the 2nd or 3rd team out of the wild card race right now. But there's going to be a lot of teams who just probably, they're going to go for it here because that's their only option. And who knows? Somebody could get hot. There is, for some reason, close my tab on the wildcard standings from earlier. But Josh likes closing tabs. Cleveland is a game out, so it's Seattle, Boston, and New York after the 3 division winners in the AL. Cleveland's a game out. Texas is 2.5. Kansas City's 4. That's probably about where the cut line is. If you're 4 games below 500 now, you're probably it's gonna be really tricky, and you have so many more teams to jump. Tampa's 4 games under 500. They're 5.5 games out.
Probably don't have to worry about the ALCS at Steinbrenner.
And I just don't see the Angels and the Twins, doing anything there. In the NL, Cincinnati's 2 games behind in the wild card. St. Louis is 3. San Francisco is 4.5, and the cut line is probably right there. So I would say that this is an overreaction. More than half the league is dead at this point.
Sad. Take number 3. The Yankees and the Mets will continue their spiral all the way out of the postseason.
Oh, now we're talking. Let's check in with Mike Francesa. What do you think?
Fire everybody.
No, sorry. He's sleeping.
Oh.
He's taking a nap right now.
Give me a Diet Coke.
The Yankees are currently in possession of the 3rd wild card, but spiraling quickly. The Mets are currently in position of the 3rd wild card, but spiraling quickly.
Got the Braves this week.
Cincinnati's right behind the Mets. St. Louis is right behind the Mets. And Cleveland, Texas, and Kansas City are right behind the Yankees, who will, I believe, get Aaron Judge back soon. So that helps.
Just real quick, where do you stand on the Reds?
They're very mid.
Okay.
Much like the Kansas City Royals.
Do you like Terry Francona?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You like watching Ellie De La Cruz?
No,
I feel.
hate
I was
watching
going
Ellie
to say.
De La
I
Cruz,
felt like
actually.
you didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Why? You are you asking
just
me if
cou-
I like them?
I couldn't remember where you stand.
I like their brand.
Do you,
Not really.
would you be excited for them to be in the playoffs? Would you be happy for them?
I actually think I picked them to make the playoffs.
Okay. Look at you.
But no, not necessarily.
If it makes the Mets sad, I would like the Reds to be in the playoffs.
Prasco Park is in the area of Cincinnati.
That's right.
And I love Prasco Park, so maybe I would.
You do. Is there Chick-fil-A night at the Great American
Maybe
Small Park?
there is. Maybe there is.
Did you have anything else on New York baseball?
No, that's all.
Okay. Moving on. We know who should win NL Rookie of the Year. Drake Baldwin.
No, Isaac Collins.
Debatable. But Royals starter Noah Cameron is making a push for AL Rookie of the Year.
Whoa, double honk question.
Got a double honk.
Let's reintroduce you to Noah Cameron, who is out of rookies with a minimum of 10 starts under their belt this year. Noah Cameron ranks here. First in earned run average, 252. First in batting average against, 205. First in whip, 103. First in on-base percentage against, 261. First in slugging percentage against, 319. And first in on OPS plus, or on-base plus slugging, 586. First. Put him in the conversation. A late bloomer for Rookie of the Year, Noah Cameron in the AL. I would love an Isaac Collins, Noah Cameron Rookie of the Year card. Cat, how much would that pay me?
Well, I'll tell you, Noah Cameron right now, 5th best odds on FanDuel, plus 8,500. Then it goes.
Who's before that?
Jason Dominguez with the word ass in his first name. Cam Smith.
Yeah, College World Series alum.
Roman Anthony. And then at minus 10,000.
Minus 10,000, Josh.
Nick Kurtz.
Thank you.
The man who in one game hit as many home runs.
I am aware, Josh. I am aware. Okay. I am aware that Nick Kurtz is going to win the Rookie of the Year in the American League, but I think that Noah Cameron should get some consideration.
Now, Isaac Collins in the NL neck and neck with Drake Baldwin at minus 110.
Coming.
Platcat said Braves still get their comp pick if Baldwin finishes second in the NL Rookie of the Year.
So they don't have to push him to win it.
Let Collins have this, and I'll bring y'all sandwiches for a week. I would rather have a sandwich than a Drake Baldwin NL Rookie of the Year ticket.
I like it.
Yes,
I like it.
Wrong tab. Okay, there we go. Moving on. Last take. Pete Crow Armstrong is more valuable defensively than he is offensively.
Pete Crow Armstrong.
You know, the boy, the actor.
Yes, the guy who definitely doesn't look like a villain from a children's movie. That one.
His mom would know.
This is from Mike Petriello of MLB.com today.
Oh, he's good.
Consider this. With 48 more Cubs games to go, entering the weekend set in St. Louis, PCA had already set a new single-season record for most 5-star catches in a season.
Oh.
The most difficult opportunities, the ones with a catch probability of 25% or less. He has 14 of them as of August 8th. Or this. PCA, by the first week of August, was tied for the 10th best fielding season StatCast has on record with plus 18 outs above average. And the number 2 slot, Billy Hamilton's plus 22 in 2016, easily in sight. Byron Buxton's 2017 is still on the table. If getting 9 more outs above average feels like a lot, he's had plus 6 OAA in a month twice already this year. And I just don't like how he strikes out so much. Come on, loser. Stop striking out. But I do like how he catches them balls.
Yeah.
In the outfield.
I've seen quite a few of those.
And the 5-star catches, like I said, less than a 25% probability to catch them. I believe it's in here. He catches about 50% of them, which is 53% of them, which is about 15% better than anybody in the league. Best 5-star catch opportunity conversion rate.
That's very good.
So if you're able to math this out on opportunities that less than a quarter of the league catches, he not only gets to them, but also catches half of them.
Ridiculous.
That's pretty good. Sure. He's better on defense than he is on offense.
Mm-hmm.
Take that, Pete. That is it for you, riders. Back to your caves. Soon you'll be writing about college football. Can't wait.
Start grinding tape.
Back after this on 1620 The Zone. All right, I just saw the video of Archie crying. Archie Wilson. You know Archie Wilson, Nebraska's punter.
What you think?
I often wonder about that with Australian athletes. I mean,
it's so far away.
That is crazy because they go home at the most once a year. Like, even then, it's not worth it, especially if you're playing football. I mean, you can't be home for more than probably 2 weeks at any point during the calendar year. And you have to go for like a month just to make it worth it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much travel and so expensive and stuff like that. So, you're here, you live here, and your life's here, and aside from using the phone and whatever you do on FaceTime, you're gone. You're gone. So that was cool to see that emotion from Archie Wilson just a moment ago. By the way, we did get some responses on what's the Mount Rushmore of things that people said that they lied about and turned out to be.
I understand this can get to some rocky places, but I am genuinely interested in what people have to say about this.
Casey said on Twitter.
Hi, Casey.
The former astronomer CEO stating that he doesn't like Coldplay concerts. I don't know if he ever said that, but would not age well. That's for sure.
I don't even like Coldplay.
From the 402.
Hi, 402.
Read my lips. No new taxes.
Yeah.
Good one. Also, that's the follow up there is turns out that was a lie. Chris, basically anything that OJ said.
He was looking for the killers.
So did OJ ever say like, I didn't do it? Was there ever that quote that's like, I didn't? Because we always attribute if I did it. Did he ever actually say, no, I didn't do this?
Good question.
He was always kind of, people would ask him about it, obviously, because it's the only thing you ask OJ about it publicly. Did you do this? And he would just laugh.
You guys.
Watch out. I might get you.
Always asking me stuff.
That's funny.
That's a really hard answer to find.
Did OJ ever say, I didn't do it?
I Googled, did OJ ever deny killing Nicole?
A lot of stuff you got to sift through there.
Yeah, that would take a little more time.
A lot of people mentioning things that President T has said.
Platcat mentioning something we said. We'll get to that Caitlin Clark thing. We will. We will be proven right in that. Why talk about it now? She's not playing. It makes no sense to talk about it.
Put it on the list. I have a potentially explosive question for you, Josh.
Okay.
All right, so let me give you the preamble first. So Nebraska volleyball, congratulations. They are the best at spending money. They're the best at where is he? Where is Dion? I just hit it a segment ago.
Spending that money.
There he is. Nebraska's volleyball budget tops in the country according to Extra Points Matt Brown. He said he hopped in the FOIA mobile, which I thought was kind of cool. And got every D1 program's women's volleyball budget. Nebraska was first. Nebraska spends about $500,000 more than Texas, who comes in second, and they spend almost $1 million more than Wisconsin. So Nebraska spends more than about $1.2 million more than Wisconsin in volleyball, which is great. I think it should be celebrated. Investment in women's sports, it's fantastic. But we do live in a day and age, Josh.
Oh no, Connor, don't say what you're going to say.
What do you think I'm going to say?
Is this 500? Is this 500,000 more that the football team could have had?
That's kind of what I was going to say. I'm not asking it. I'm just wanted to frame it that way so people could understand it that way, right?
No.
Some programs don't have to pay their volleyball players.
You think Alabama's playing their volleyball players?
God, no. They just have a volleyball team and it's fun. It doesn't matter, though.
It may or may not exist. We don't know.
For the record, Nebraska does make a profit off of their volleyball team. They're not losing money. But in the rev share category, it is a sport that exists and they have to pay their players. And other schools don't have that. Alabama is a great example. Do you think Alabama's paying their volleyball players? I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, they are not, Josh. But they might be paying a couple of their baseball players. So maybe it evens out along the way. But you got to be good at football, Josh. You got to be good at football.
Boy.
Is Nebraska trying to get good at football being hampered by this volleyball program that wins all the time? All they do is win, Josh.
You have a unique thing in Lincoln with that volleyball team, and you would be a damn fool not to support it. The university said from the jump, we will set the market in this sport, and could not be more fine with that.
I agree completely, for the record.
You have enough people in that football department to find the diamonds in the rough, quote unquote, that can take you to heights we haven't seen in 30 years or whatever.
Volleyball is profitable.
Yes.
At the University of Nebraska. But there's this ongoing conversation about like, oh, well, you know, if it's not profitable, then it shouldn't exist. That's crap. That's BS. I don't want to live in a world where every single athletic department around the country is sacrificing every single other sport just to be good at football. I think that sucks. I think that the system is set up for that. However, right now, though, the system is currently set up for that. If you're not good at football, it's really difficult for you to have success as an athletic department. It just is.
Helps your university get more students because, oh, they're good at football. I want to go there. I want to go to school there. Blah, blah, blah.
Or if you're not in one of the two major conferences, the SEC, the Big Ten, at this point. So I hate that they're all intertwined in a way. I hate that. Like I think there is room for a lot of kids to have a bunch of opportunities playing golf in college, playing, doing gymnastics in college, and playing soccer in college that absolutely and definitively will not turn a profit for the university. In fact, is the opposite. The university is spending money on keeping these programs afloat. Football is funding it, in essence. And they're not going to go on to play for professional sports or be Olympic athletes either.
A lot of people go pro in something other than sports.
That doesn't mean it shouldn't exist.
Right.
I love that it exists. I love that feel of the college athletic department where everybody's a student athlete, even, from the starting quarterback of the football team all the way down to the last bowler or whatever it is. They're all the same, but they're not.
USA.
In a world now where the starting quarterback gets paid X amount of $1 million from the university, you have upended the game. You have changed it completely, which stinks.
Big time. What? Oh,
you okay, Josh?
I saw people are sending out their Venmo screenshots now.
Oh, good.
Funny bit, America.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Threw me off. I'm sorry.
So, no. To answer my own question, which was purposefully hyperbolic and emphatic.
Very suggestive on your part.
I hear this conversation from time to time. Like, what good do we get out of having a really good volleyball team? Why is that a question that needs to be asked all the time? Why is it always, what are you doing? Why can't we just play sports and win? And be good at them?
You got a winner, you got to keep cultivating.
Because now money is tied into every single little thing that you do. It is. Have you heard the phrase, Josh? Money is taking over college sports.
I have.
Just follow the money. Well, it's definitely real. But it doesn't have to be real in our conversations all the time. Let's take a break. We got the poll questions. We'll tell you what to watch up on the other side on the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone. Just to go back to that segment, which I agree with all your comments, by the way. Asian Joe. So is the question, does Nebraska athletics have a volleyball problem? Now, that would be quite the segment title. That would get some clicks.
Wish I would have thought of it.
Don't do that.
I didn't.
That makes me look bad.
I titled it Volleyball Budget.
That is a lot less clickable.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It's 145.
Sam, I asked the question, what do you get? I hate that we live in this society where everyone's always asking, what do we get from this? Sam said, what do we get? We get a historic generational run in a sport. That is correct.
Yeah.
Why don't we just play it for that? I like it.
That's enough. My happiness, yes, that's enough.
Yeah. It's good when you win stuff, even though it doesn't drive all of the money. All right, we go to the polls at Happer Show. We have any
We got
questions
2
from
today.
the crossover yesterday? No, we did not. All right, 2 today. Is it time to say ass on the radio now that the kids are back in school? Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
98% say yes, an all-time record at the moment. Holy God.
Yeah, I had to keep quiet. I didn't want to spoil it.
I had no idea it would. I just figured it's going to be your standard 72%.
Right.
98.1% as of this moment.
Ass is back.
And finally, is driving naked the best way to ship drugs? I'll say no.
I don't think so. You're making yourself a target that way.
65% say no. Those are the polls, Josh. What are we watching tonight?
Actually, a lot on tonight. Not a lot of it sports, though. Baseball on TBS, 6 o'clock. Up north, the Blue Jays host the Cubs. WNBA on ESPN, 6:30 tip for the Dallas Wings. They're in Indiana to take on the Fever. Ever heard of them?
Caitlin Clark?
No.
Damn it.
She's not playing yet. College basketball in August.
Hang on. Excuse me?
Yeah.
Who does this include?
Nebraska, 5:30. YouTube, The Road Back. Go behind the scenes of the rehab and return.
This is not college basketball, Josh. This
Of
is a
rink-
documentary.
On college basketball. It's about Rink Mast. He's coming back. He's back.
Are they going to talk about how sweaty he is?
He's very sweaty. Some people are just sweaters.
Yep.
He's one of them. 8 o'clock tonight on HBO. Hard Knocks is back. Perhaps something interesting will happen this week, unlike last week.
Doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too. FX, new show, 7 o'clock. Alien Earth. 2 episodes tonight. When a deep space research vessel crash lands on Earth, a group of soldiers make a fateful discovery. Connor, how many alien movies have you seen?
Well, I've seen Predator.
No, you haven't.
You made me watch it.
No, you refused to watch it and ended the podcast.
See, I misremembered.
I should have picked it that more. Like, okay, you've seen Predator. What do you think it's about?
I believe that puts me at 0. Josh.
Okay, that's what I wanted you to say.
Okay.
7 o'clock tonight on NBC. It's the 20th birthday party special of America's Got Talent.
Oh,
with a new
happy birthday!
With a new mega mix performance and judge interviews. This special examines the show's legacy and how it redefined talent TV.
Definitely did that.
Definitely. The dinner party episode of The Office is on E at 6:30 tonight. I'm obligated to tell you that Tommy Boy is on Paramount tonight at 7.
Thank you.
And finally on Fox, Big Fox at 7 o'clock, TMZ presents, The Real Hulk Hogan.
The last time you did a TMZ presents, it was like something about 9/11, wasn't it?
Probably.
It was
yeah.
like the 5th plane or something like that.
Sure. Yeah. There's TMZ specials all the time exposing real things that happen to real people.
And this is the real Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
Exciting.
Don't believe what you hear
from TMZ. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Connor.
That is what we're watching tonight, and that is the show. If you miss anything, 1620thezone.com is where you can find it. Many thanks to all who put together the Chunkies today. Sorry we couldn't catch up with Conan. Maybe we'll get him next year. If you miss anything, 1620thezone.com is where you can find it. The crossover's coming up next.